Check. Welcome to the SPS podcast. You are now tapped in with your host, DJ Strada. And we here with the Raw Bunch on our Potluck episode. Bino, what's up with it, Brody? Muted. There you go.
Yeah, what's happening with you, bro?
Cool and cooler. Everything going with you, Brody?
Oh man, I'm under the radar, so everything cool.
No, that's a fact, man. That's kind of how I feel today, bro. it's been a pretty productive week, dog. Like I can't hate. I can't even front, man. I think I've been getting back to the swing of things and shit, right? So I ain't really got nothing to complain about, dog. Anybody listening?
Yeah, for real. Same old, man. Staying consistent. From where I'm trying to go, consistency is the key and all that. So, everything copacetic. You heard?
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. So what's been new with you? Anything that running around the world, you like, yo, man, this is something I kind of had a thought about.
Nah, not for real, man. Same old shit. Not off the top. You know how I am.
Yeah.
Shit. Not off the top. What about you? Like, I can't really think of nothing off the top, man. You know, shit. Like, shit gonna
Yeah,
be what it's gonna be for me, and I know you feel the same, but like, it just be what it is, man. I don't know. This is little Mexican joint at my job. She pretty tough.
a word.
Um, yeah. I ain't even into that for real, but um, other than that, man, you feel what I'm saying?
But yo, all right, so peep this though. Is this a like the fact that when you talk to your homies now, it don't really be a lot of shit like moving and shaking? Is it you think that niggas like us be in so much turmoil for so long that the idea of where we at in life seems boring because nothing's wrong?
Nah, not for me. I don't take it in like that. For me, it's more so at 37, I'm just getting started with you know my just getting started path, and I think the path is more so of a how can I say this? More God or more. I'm just gonna say it a more the foundation of where God wants me to go is I'm really just now
Tapping in.
getting getting into it to a point where it's still new to me for real. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So it's
So it
not
still
boring.
feels
Like
fresh.
actually being consistent, being being having some stability,
Hmm.
um, having some emotional intelligence, being just being able to another how you say it being able to control my emotions.
Yeah.
uh it's just a lot of shit new to me, man. So I'm so what would be born to a person that done did this for the last 20 years of their life is like kind of like weirdly enough, oddly enough, exciting to me.
I see what you're saying.
The other
No
shit got
facts.
born to
Hmm.
me. You feel what I'm
That
saying? That
makes
shit got
sense.
born to me. You heard? So
That's real shit. What's up, Sneak? What's good with you? Yeah, make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe, man. It's our potluck show. Again, just to let y'all know, man, the reason why we even be doing these potluck shows and sometimes like we run with no structure, like I said, my health does this a lot. You know what I mean? If you know, you know. If you don't, you don't, right? But like there are days where I just don't have it in the tank like I normally do. You know what I'm saying? Like, and so, we put a lot of thought and effort in these shows. But plus, like I was telling you Bino, and like I was telling the guys, man, like sometimes we do these pods so structured and shit that I think that people forget that we are just regular guys and girls going through life type shit, and it's kind of hard to get that when we have an objective at hand. You know what I'm saying? So every now and then I like to just throw in these type shows where it's like, yo, you bring something to the table, we could bust it down. Y'all know we still about our statistics and our solutions to get through problems, but like I said, I just think that that monotony of it. Sometimes I do be needing a mental break, but again, like ain't no what they say, ain't no rest for the weary, or no, what is it? No rest for the weary or some shit like that. No rest for the
yeah,
wicked. Some shit. It's something, nigga.
yeah.
But so I appreciate y'all, allowing me the latitude to just kind of have these shows where I can turn my brain off and just kick it. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't have to
For sure,
be so much on the well, what do y'all think about this? And you know what I mean?
for
Like
sure, for sure.
I'm glad you get it, Sneak. This is just one of them days. Yeah, there's no rest for the wicked. That's what it was. Um, but yeah, man. Like so health wise, this one I'm waiting on, bro. So I went to the sarcoid specialist, and that was cool. Like she was a little judgmental and shit, right? But I'm still waiting on. I got like 25 blood panels. We still waiting to get the results on them joints. But like, nigga, like, I, they're a week. Like this might be the first weekend where I'm going in a Friday with a little bit of energy. Like maybe for the
Right, right.
last yeah, for the last 2 weekends, dog, it's just been like literally nigga, I be laid up. Like I
Mm,
can't really do much. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got the energy for this shit, and I've been having my daughter, so she's been understanding, and I can kind of keep her entertained. But bro, I just been low energy maybe for the last week and a half, 2 weeks. I'm trying to
right.
get you know back into the swing of shit, but y'all be holding me down, man. Y'all be helping me through the shit, so I appreciate y'all. Everybody watching, and of course the Raw Bunch, y'all know how we give it up, man. But
For
yeah, dog,
sure.
I found some random clips this week, dog. I got some funny shit. We got some serious shit. I didn't really have a real topic I wanted to talk about because I think that what's happening is I want to continue to push these conversations forward, bro. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes it ain't even so much of like talking about the same things. But if we do, I'm trying to find other angles to hit it from so that's not the same damn conversation over and over. Right? Because my thing being will be like, but what do you think is the best way for us to help motherfuckers that watch the show, bro?
The best way to help motherfuckers to watch the show is put content out there.
Mm-hmm.
One of my favorite things I like to tell my sons is just listen and remember. I think it's more important to listen first, and then I
Mm-hmm.
think it's more important that I think if you listen, you'll be surprised how much you remember. And if you can listen and remember, it's more important than understanding. Because if you listen and remember, if you don't understand now, you'll understand later. And
That's a bar.
I think the idea of everybody getting somewhere at the same time make people go crazy. I think comparison is the thief of joy. So as far as your question, do what we've been doing and consistency. Like I say, even when we ain't motivated, we talk about all the time. Like it's most important that we stay consistent. I understand that with right when Jim Jones said, but everybody that once he said it and went viral, the people that knew exactly what he meant, and this is what we talk about today or at this moment. Yeah.
Yeah. That's a good idea, Sneak. We were talking, I was talking about that the way, maybe slowing the panels down a little bit more to where, like, if somebody has something they truly, truly want to delve into, making it more conversational style, I can always pull up and research live. So that's not an issue. Um, but yeah, that's a fact. And like you said, keeping that whole SPS vibe to it, the way, we can add the context of the stats so that we can have an honest conversation. I think that'll be great, Sneak. Um, we've been working towards that. We'll see, But like I said, most of the bunch, like they all know, we all got latitude to make these decisions, and we make them together and we get through it. I think that we've been doing a hell of a job so far, bro. I can't wait to grow it into what I know is going to become. I mean, I'm excited to see what that looks like, type shit.
Oh,
But like I
you know
said,
how we do.
hmm we got a lot of dope shit in
My
store.
ambition as a rider. You know what I'm saying? You already
Yeah,
know that. Like that's our
yeah,
whole wire.
yeah.
That's how we make. That's how we wired, man. My ambition as a
Huh?
rider. Wardy, what's happening?
What up
What?
with it?
What's up with it? What's the
I'm
count?
trying to get my damn shit right. Hold on, let me get my shit together, man.
Oh, you good, brother?
Boom, there we go. What up?
There you go.
What I got going, man?
What's
Shit,
happening, bro?
cooling it, cooling it. What's on the mission? What's on the agenda with you, bro? How you been?
I'm alright, man. I'm alright. Can't even complain, but I'm ready for next week.
Type
For
shit.
sure, for sure, for sure.
I
Yeah,
Type
am.
shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
for
just I
sure.
was still picking
Ready
up
to see
shit
y'all,
so
ready
far.
to see y'all boys for real, man.
Yeah.
It's gonna be
That,
special for real.
right.
I think it's gonna, like I said, man, we gonna have some fun, bro. I'm just excited to, like you said, see all y'all in person. Link up with the This Might Be Risky crew. You know what I'm saying? People in Discord start putting some faces to names and ideas and conversations. It's curious to see how people naturally work out type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like
Right. Right.
my old lady's excited too. I thought that was pretty cool. Like I'm still running around shopping boundless shit for Aruba. That's nigga, that's what the fuck I'm really waiting on. Like, don't get it twisted. We gonna have fun, but
Yeah,
nigga,
like
Aruba,
we don't even talk about this stuff. He gonna hit the A with us right quick, something real light, and
Right.
then
right?
he gonna pop his shit in the Aruba the next week, my
Nah, for
nigga.
Hey,
real,
The
nigga.
fuck
Like,
going on, nigga? What the
for
fuck going
real,
on out here? You
this
heard?
shit
That's
going
what
up.
That's how
Something
it go. That's how it's
different type
supposed to
shit.
go. It's a
What
Yeah.
the hell
blessing,
that shit
man.
is?
Say what?
Where is it?
That's a good ass question. I know I gotta go to
Yo, that's
Miami.
even more fire. That's what's
I already
more
know.
fire.
I'm just
Hey,
going.
yo, Woody, that's what's more fire about this shit. I'm thinking he about to tell you, y'all know that shit over there. Woo. I don't know, nigga, but I'm going,
About
nigga.
to
Right.
find the fuck out. I'll report in what it's like. But
Niggas be wired different, bro. That's fire,
yeah,
bro.
Yeah, yeah.
like you said, Shorty wanted to try something new, and like we were talking about this shit for a while. She was trying to do the cruise. I'm like, man, that shit is just not that it's mundane, but I think I've done enough cruise for my life for probably 4 people, and so that shit don't be hitting my ear when people be talking that cruise shit like that. Like
I love that shit. That's one of my favorite.
taking
I done been,
cruises.
I done been so many times. I done been since. I think my first cruise was with my aunt. My aunt, it was, I used to always run back to Jersey during the summer times.
Uh
And
huh.
my aunt, my grandmother on my father's side. So that one year we went on the cruise. I think I was 15, and I was 15. So we went on a Royal Caribbean 7 day cruise,
Yeah.
and we flew into Puerto Rico to board. You heard?
Uh huh.
So on a plane, I mean, damn, on a ship, on a boat. That's when I first learned that Puerto Ricans celebrate their sweet 15.
Oh, the quinceañera. No, not the no, the quinceañeras. That's the 16th. Is
When
it
they 15, you know how
15?
we do sweet
Yeah.
16? They
Yeah.
shit sweet 15. So I ended up on a
Oh.
boat with like mad 15-year-old Puerto Rican girls.
Setting that bitch
You know
up
what
in
I'm
a
saying?
ball.
I linked up with this white dude. I forget where he from. He like from the Cali way, and it was like another black dude. It was us three. You know what I'm saying? We mobbed on the boat those 7 days together. Went into the teen clubs and shit like that. I'm talking about they real Puerto Ricans. Some of them knew English, some of them didn't at this time.
Yeah, the
Like to a point where you
quinceañera.
couldn't really communicate with them to a point where you know what I'm saying. Like before they come over, they still
Mm.
from they in Puerto Rico. We born from Puerto Rico, so they in Puerto Rico. Born right now at 15. They've been born and raised in Puerto Rico. So
Oh shit. Okay.
yeah, they're not from America. We flew into Puerto Rico to board the ship. You feel me? So
Damn.
the Puerto Ricans was Puerto Rican. Like
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
they
From the
resident is
land.
Puerto Rico. Yeah, you know what
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying. So anyway, man. So make a long story short, like ever since then, I ain't gonna say because of that, but I'm just saying I've been taking cruises since then, and it's like one of my
Uh-huh.
favorite vacation ideas, personally. You know what I'm saying?
I definitely got one for that big 40 coming up. So
Oh,
That's
word. Y'all already
fire.
know, nigga. Gotta start, putting them coins together. I'm trying to find a motherfucking map of Aruba so we can see where the
Man,
fuck we can
yeah,
go.
man, your birthday. It was the 11th, right? Ain't it the
12.
11th? The
12.
12th.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm the 8th. We 4 days apart, man.
Nah, type shit. Like you
So
said, bro.
let me.
The
Yeah.
tee up is
No,
real.
I'm talking about Wardy. I'm talking about Wardy.
right, I'm about to say
Nah.
Wardy,
what the fuck? I ain't
Wardy,
no state.
Wardy.
Or the
Which
14th.
14th? Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So we're a week apart
This
and
shit
shit. Well,
somewhere
a week apart in
past
days,
Cuba.
anyway. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
In days, you older than me.
Yeah, this shit somewhere past Cuba. Hold on. Let me share my other screen. Hold on.
Cuba.
It's like south of Florida and shit like that. Hold on, let me present this joint. I'm excited. It's in the Caribbean, depending on how you want to say that shit. There you go. I'm excited about it though. Um, like I said, I think it's gonna be a good time, man. Um, I need a vacation and a break type shit, so I
Yeah, I gotta
ain't
take it all in, man.
real, bro. I get slow motion from here type shit. Sade, what's up with it? Never mind. Thoughts on a little with it though.
Hey y'all. I was
What's up?
typing in the chat, but I'm here.
Okay, that's what it is. But yeah, man, I got a couple of random videos. That's another thing I noticed about this show when I was trying to put it together. Like, I found a bunch of random, just either funny or interesting videos, but it wasn't anything I was trying to like put together the theme. Y'all know normally I can piece it together and tell the story through questions. This time I was just found a bunch of random shit that was like, damn, that would just be something good to see. Y'all got anything y'all want to talk about before I go through my little run of videos? What's up, Queen T? How you doing today,
Hey,
love?
What
What's
up?
Quincy.
What
up,
up?
Queen?
Y'all got anything in specific y'all want to bring up?
Hey, Queen T. See, you know how it be women out here in the world, and they be like, I a motherfucker better not tell me Grand Rising Queen. I'm gonna tell him get the fuck out. Like Queen, call me Queen T. So she ain't gonna mind. You feel me? She go as like a Grand Rising Queen. You know what I'm saying? You can say
Yeah,
that to
yeah.
Queen T. You feel me?
You can get certain shit off for certain people, bro.
Yeah.
It ain't for everybody, goddamn. You got to cater that game, bro. Y'all know the count.
They know they ain't no damn queen. That's why some of that shit don't hit for them.
Queen T is cool though. Yeah,
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 for
she
the queen
sure, for
good.
and
sure.
she so do support, man. We really appreciate all y'all that support. Y'all want to jump into y'all topics, or you want me to just start playing these random ass videos I got? Them shit's funny.
Shit, dude, go ahead. I'm good.
Yeah, you can play your videos.
I bet. Yeah, that's another thing, man. I'm gonna throw shoes at these niggas. Audience, they don't be home. I don't know what these niggas be doing sometimes. I was like, yo, what y'all want to talk about? Everybody had the idea. Saudi jumping out. Let's talk about this. I'm like, bet, put it together. Okay.
I'm
Sorry,
not doing no more. I'm not. I. Where's my shirt?
huh?
What? Hey, yo.
You are the shirt don't you don't the shirt don't make you, you make the shirt, so it don't matter right now. Turn up,
Mhm.
what you talking about? It don't matter. You are
No,
who
'cause
you.
I'm mad that he got that shirt on right now.
Oh, I
Oh,
mean, he went out and
nigga,
made it,
I
man.
made this shirt in year one.
This is crazy. It's okay. I just gotta go make my own shirt. I see.
Okay.
You got a
All right.
cold, don't you?
It
I
You
looks
do.
feel
sound
like a lot
sick.
of scrutiny going on now.
Yeah, right. Like, what?
And why you ain't on camera, man? What
I
you
was about to say,
doing?
sorry, what the hell going on, man? You're
Because I
blank.
feel
We
like
know
I'm.
it's okay. You ain't by the fireplace. We know. We know. We know. We.
I am crying. But no, I feel like I'm coming down with something. I'm in my bed.
Oh,
I
you
guess.
sound sick for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, it need to go away by next week because this is crazy.
Mm,
Take some vitamin C, drink some water, you be all right.
Yeah, man. Don't
thanks.
make us COVID you off, man. We'll do
No, for
all the
real. Go ahead and be
COVID
quarantined.
reactions. You'll be quarantined.
Yeah.
All
This
right,
is
now
I
crazy.
got the
you better.
the thermometer real across your head. Quick. Oh,
Eh,
101?
we
Oh no, you
ain't
can't come.
we ain't about to let you get us. You'll be quarantined. You better put that onion in your sock or potato
Right.
or whatever it is,
Goddamn
jelly,
get
It's
whatever
the
it
right.
is.
onion.
Mm.
Oh, God. All right. So, fellas, do y'all remember the last time, like, when y'all, like, we was out here younger and shit, you was hollering at women? Do y'all remember the nose being, like, real bad and shit?
The
Or was
what?
they just like, nah, no thank you?
The nose?
Yeah,
The
when the
nose.
girls kind of politely was telling you, no, I'm good on that.
Yeah, yeah. They won't. They won't. Yo, coming up from coming up from, cause we ain't gonna even talk about high school. I'm slash high school out, cause high school everybody know each other. You know what I'm saying? When you really go out there and have to really introduce yourself and get to
Mm-hmm.
know a stranger as a woman, you feel what I'm saying? They
Yeah.
was cool, bro.
Yeah, that's what I
Even when they
thought.
ain't fuck with you, they was cool. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I thought. But let's check this video out. This one I thought was just funny as hell. But I wanted to, we're gonna get into this after the video. This is just a rando video I had. Let's see what's going on here, though.
Hey, push up on that, bro. Oh, she probably stuck up, bro. Worst she can say is no. All right. Hey.
Hey, yo, can you back the fuck up? Why are you dancing all close on me? You see me dance with my homegirl? Why would you think you could dance with me anyway, you big lip, ugly dork? Like, oh my God, what is that smell? Did you shower before you came out? Did you brush your teeth before you came trying to be in somebody's face? Man, move.
Hey.
That's crazy.
Dude, be going
Hygiene.
down like
Hygiene
that,
is
fellas.
necessary.
Is that what be happening, bro?
Saudi.
I ain't never
Y'all be
experienced
doing
no shit
y'all
like that. On God.
y'all be doing it. Y'all be doing that, Saudi,
I don't be
nowadays.
seeing. I don't see that shit in real life. I see it on social media,
Your
but
Mm.
little
I ain't
cousin don't
never.
be doing that.
Yeah, no, I ain't never see it in real life play out like that.
I will say this. I do come from
I'm
an
gonna say
era.
this.
Yeah, go
I
ahead.
seen some motherfuckers get did dirty.
Yeah, yeah. Especially in the club. I seen niggas get
Like I'm
did
a
dirty.
people watcher. So what the average person don't catch, like and like I got like that head from that scary movie that do like this. You know what I'm saying? That spin around like that. And my shit really be doing that. People just don't realize it. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how situational of the 360 awareness I got. So I just catch shit and like little born ass shit. Like people watching. Like I don't take my time out to go do it. But if it's a random ass thing, I sit at the park. Like I take a kid to the park when they was younger and shit. Like
Yeah.
y'all do what y'all do, and I'm gonna sit on the bench and just like watch everything. Like that's exciting to me. So like I'm being genuine when I say I seen niggas get done dirty environments in different environments, like for nothing. Like damn,
I'm gonna
you
tell
feel
you,
me?
nigga. It's two of the hardest songs to ever get it popping when I was in college. When a DJ transitioned the first time to his reggae set, you had to really make sure you was running up on a joint that had decent rhythm and she went crazy as fuck. But I ain't gonna lie, I got my face played a few times where you kind of slide up behind them and you can see they already in their circle of girls and shit, and they'll kind of look behind, and then you could tell they wait for their homegirls to be like, yeah, keep dancing or fuck that nigga. So yeah, I definitely got played more than a few times like that.
Yo, that's as bad as it got. That's as
Yeah,
bad as
Hell
it
that's
yeah.
got.
as bad as it got.
You
Nigga,
walked up
stop
to a
dancing.
shorty, you
Mm-hmm.
see shorty dance on like three Johns, three dudes. You know what I'm saying? You wait for like, you let it freshen up. You let that, about 5 to 6 songs get by. You feel what I'm
Yeah.
saying? You try your way, Wardy, and she like, so you like, damn, you feel me? Like this
Right.
shit crazy. You feel me? But it ain't go crazy with the mouth. It just was like,
Yeah.
nah, nigga, you know what I'm saying? You ain't the one tonight. You feel me? Type shit. You feel what I'm saying? Or more so like you said, like what Estrada said, like, you know what I'm saying? You don't keep up, they don't turn around, but they depend on their friend. Like, you feel what I'm
Yep.
saying? They friend like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
that's
That shit.
that shit has happened.
Yeah.
But that's light work though, compared though, because
Yeah,
it's
that
Yeah.
like,
right there, that's what I was saying. Like something like that, yeah. But like what Strada talking about, I mean that happened. Like, you know what I'm saying? That
yeah,
right there happens. Just charge
yeah,
that to the game.
But I
yeah,
ain't
you
gonna
try
lie.
that.
I still, no matter how much confidence I had, bro, I would still get butterflies when it happened. Venus, what's up, love? That shit still give me butterflies, bro. Like even in college, like that approach, even that small approach where I know I'm just dancing on her. I'm like, damn, let's see how the shit gonna go. You know what I'm saying? You trying to pick the right angle. Like, I bet. Let me just damn two step up on her. He be like, okay. You get a little motion going. You like, we got something here. But like you said, them nose. I don't know. I'll be having to do a lap after that shit. I'll be able to walk that shit off. You feel me? Like, you know what I
So look,
mean? Like
so
that
look,
bit. Like,
so the
Nah, I
imitation
feel
of
you.
that video, like, creativity comes from reality. You know what I'm
yes,
saying?
yes,
So we ain't gonna say that's not happening for them to create.
right.
What all they did is create a reality situation. That's what they did. You feel what I'm
That's a
saying?
fact.
They created it. They made a comic relief out of it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, why is it? Why, like, let's just say that's going on. Cause like I say, from the outside in, I seen dudes get done dirty. Like they all do did was try to holler at shorty. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying?
Oh,
And
yo. Oh, yeah, go ahead. My bad, B.
no, no, go ahead, Woody, go ahead.
Hey, nah, hey, yo, I was just thinking, like, I was trying to think, like, damn, have I ever seen that shit in the club? Like, personally, I swear to God, I have. Me and my nigga Shice was at a little bar. And this nigga, I guess we was watching the nigga, like you said, we was watching because like the shit was kind of like he was an old head, right? He was kind of like like the old head, like I ain't fresh, like I ain't fly type shit, like you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, you know what I'm saying? He had some fake Tims on though, like you know what I'm saying? His Tims were fake, right? So the shorties he was hollering at was like, they was decent as fuck. Like, you know what I'm saying? But I could tell like he was just feeding, like they just wanted him to feed him right quick. And then once they, got a little buzz, they were gonna bust a little move or whatever. So
Mm-hmm.
he was trying to, you know what I'm saying? He was trying to dance with her. And Shorty just blanked on him like, nigga, you don't get your like, just like that. What just happened? Like, nigga, no fake ass tears. You ain't got no money. Like, me and my friends trying to get drink. You act like like God. Man, my homie was fucking dying over that shit, though. That shit was funny as
Yeah,
shit. We were like, hey, look, we went
yeah.
out like, damn, Shorty, you ain't had to do it like that.
Little
She said,
filthy.
turned back up on like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, so I have seen it. That shit crazy too,
You
bro.
know what I think it might be, Woody? I think by the time we see the turn up, they've already politely said no a few times, and they just keep being on bullshit. And it's like, all right, now we just had to cuss you the fuck out, get loud, because that's normal when people move around. So that might be what it is, bro. Niggas
Come
Yeah.
on,
consistently
man.
can't take the no.
But he did the way I
Oh,
seen
oh, I
it.
see what you're
Shorty,
saying.
he was
Oh,
buying Shorty drinks. They was talking. And then when I guess when she got, I guess he tried to dance up on her like you say.
Yeah,
But she started blanking. Boy, that shit was funny as
man, that
hell though. I ain't
shit.
gonna lie. But
Oh,
to put
here's
me in
another
his
video I
shoes,
found. My bad. Go ahead, bro.
nah. So I'm saying put me in his shoes, but goddamn, I would have left.
Yeah, exactly.
You
Like
got
you
to
just
leave
like,
though,
damn.
cause like she really was turning up. Everybody was looking like, oh shit, looking at the Tims and everything. Like,
so
god
so
damn.
so so are women in our era coming up from our age range coming up until even though we know what they the beginning of the super independent era type of vibe, all that good shit. They still more polite than the women of the younger generation under us. Like they still more polite. Like they
Yeah,
more vocal. They more I say strong willed, strong minded, all that good shit. And so what
yeah,
happens is you got a generation that was ahead of us that we seen that we ain't see too much of that. Like I did because I have a teen mom, my nigga. Like you feel what I'm saying? So
yeah.
it's like, but like for the most part of our generation, like you got that was especially if you came from an older parent, you didn't see much of that when it come to dealing with dudes.
You
Like
right.
vocal, strong minded, strong will, independent, right?
Yeah,
So by the time we get in our generation of real adulthood, not just being 18, right? But real adulthood, like dealing with everything that adult had to deal with when it comes to life.
mm,
Um, we see a little transition happen, which is the women our age range, the first of.
yeah. Okay, I
You
see. I
f-
see your point. I see
you
your
feel what I'm
point.
saying? The first of that transition of women like at a mass. You
Yeah,
feel what I'm saying? Even
What?
good, bad, or indifferent. You feel what I'm saying? Good, bad, or indifferent. The good, the bad, and the ugly that come with it. You feel what I'm saying? So they
yeah,
like that. They like the first generation of that. So then you got a
yeah.
generation under them who probably just like really think they niggas though.
You know what? I think that is a phenomenon that there definitely was a shift. But like you said, we from the generation of where it was nothing to be in a club. You trying to dance on somebody you thought was cute, and they would just, without even turning around, they would just stop dancing, or they would do little small gestures to let you know like they're not feeling you. But you just moved around that shit, and nobody cared, and you didn't even carry it no type way. It was just like,
But
oh,
think
okay,
about it, bro. Women under the age range of our generation, and we are talking about minority environments. We get it. Now we can talk about the minority now, right? We're not talking about the majority. This is not the majority. But the minority of motherfuckers is like a women will pop your ass.
really?
Women was today in these
Oh yeah.
times,
A pop?
bro. Women back
Oh,
then was scared of a gun, even if they like to
oh
be
yeah,
around
yeah.
a
Okay,
dude
I
that
see what you're
played with
saying.
them.
Yeah, you're right.
The
You're
women
right.
these days got them, and it will shoot each other. Shoot a, you feel what I'm saying? Like they
That is
way
fair.
more aggressive, bro.
That's
Way
fair.
more.
I'll give you that. Now I'm about to get to this next video because this shit really be bothering the hell out of me, and I do think that at some point, as men, these are the more of the concerns that are more vital to our black community than the shit we be trying to talk about. This video here, this woman articulated this shit beautifully, and this is a concern deep to my heart. So I need y'all to pay attention very closely because we about to get a little serious. You heard me?
So I keep seeing women on social media saying that their men are passive or indecisive about what they want to eat. That ain't what it is. Men don't want to dedicate any mental resources to thinking about food. If you ask a woman what she wants for dinner, she says, I don't care. You pull up to the taco spot, she's going to look over at you and say, honey, I wasn't really in the mood for tacos. You ask a man what he wants for dinner, he says, I don't care. You put a plate of meatloaf in front of him, he's going to look up and say, thank you, honey, this looks delicious. He's going to eat it all, and he's going to get an extra helping. Just to show you how much he supports you, just putting something on the plate and taking that off his plate. Pun intended. Men don't want to think about no food. When men say they want a woman that can cook, what they're really saying is they just want a woman that manages the meals and the food and the grocery shopping and the meal planning because they don't want to have to think about that. If there's money in the budget, if your family got it like that, that man don't care if you Uber in some food. That man don't care if you order in some food. It ain't about you standing in the kitchen with an apron on, he don't want to have to think about it. Y'all
Mm.
make stuff too hard. You know what the man like? Take one of them regulars off the roster, put it on the plate, and get on with it. Not that hard. It's really not. So I keep saying,
Talk that shit. What y'all think? What y'all think?
She said it, boy. Don't put no unnecessary shit like that, no small fry shit on my damn. It don't matter, please. Like, I hope.
Yeah,
Hey, look, man,
bro.
that was a good one right there.
That video talked to my spirit. I was like, damn, I think that that's the best articulation of what it means when a dude says he don't care and when a woman says she don't care, and the difference between the two. You feel me?
When
Like,
a woman says she don't care and you try something, that mean and she be like, nah, that mean you didn't pick what she wanted. You
yeah,
didn't read her mind correctly. Like, but when
um,
we say we don't care, that shit means we don't care.
I
Whatever you
really
give
don't
us,
give a
we
shit,
appreciate.
bro.
Unless it's something we don't like. Like, don't give me some macaroni and cheese, and you know I don't fuck with no cheese. Like, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
but
But
other than that,
yeah,
everything that's on the menu is on the menu. But I think
right.
that to speak to her bigger point, bro, I think that's probably more of what men are speaking on when they say we want a woman that can cook. I think that the caveat to the saying is that when we're looking for women to be with long term, we want to make sure that they can do the things that we don't necessarily want to spend a lot of brain power thinking about, but it's still super important and vital, right?
Mhm. Hell yeah.
Because
Eating. Hell yeah.
eating, you know what I'm saying? But like with my old lady, like the shit she does that like the intangible things that's gotta get done, she gives me the time to think about podcast topics, to be up here with y'all, to do other shit because I don't have to worry about the the important low priority things on my to do list.
Right. And I think that's like a powerful dynamic when a woman comes in and sees your strengths and respects your strengths and sees your weaknesses and make those her strengths for you. So, you know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like that shit means something to me. Like, you know what I'm saying?
And
But
you know what's crazy, boy? I think that the vice versa is what's just as important. Like, you know, there's certain things that my old lady tell you. She brings it to me and she don't be thinking about that shit no more.
right,
You know,
right,
like, but a light came on the car, figure it out. You feel me? Or just the things that, you know, she just, you know, then she get in the car and drives. She cool. But I think that's the more important lesson. And I think that sometimes in these conversations, when people be trying to articulate shit, I think that she worded that perfectly. Is it ain't so much about the food as you taking things off my plate so I can focus on the bigger picture for both of us type shit.
right, right. That's a fact.
Do
And
y'all
that's
think?
not minimizing. I don't feel like that's minimizing women role. You know what I'm
No.
saying? But I feel like it could be portrayed like that though. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
But this the key.
Like
This
you
the
want
key
me to
though.
damn minimizing me to just cooking or just like washing your clothes or you know what I'm saying? Like what you think this is 60 type shit? But yeah, I feel it. I mean, you
This
know,
the
I get
key, man. This the part we leave out. And I hate to say this part, but not so much as of lately. A lot of men are not positioned for women to be in that position where that's what it's about.
Ooh.
mm,
Tell me more.
A lot of men ain't like so when they say things when she speak like that, she's speaking to like let's be real. Let's talk about age range first of all. When we talk
Mhm.
about the age range from 18 to 30, let's just keep it 18 to 30. It's a
Okay.
very minimal minority amount of dudes that's even in a position to where a woman is doing those things to help take it off the plate so the man can focus on the bigger picture for the both of them. I know the younger men are doing much better than we did when we was between them age ranges of 18 and them 20s, but it's still a massive amount of men that's focused on a lot of things besides getting married. A lot of things that has nothing to do with getting married, building a family, building a legacy. To where as though they have this purpose and this goal to where that woman is there to help take those things off plate so he can get there for both of them to her sentiment.
Mm-hmm.
small minority of dudes in that age range with women. You know what I'm saying? That's not it. So when she say stuff like that, I could see where it would be a lot of pushback. Well, even if it is not a lot of pushback, I could see where it'd probably be a lot of women, but like, bitch, fuck out of here. You feel what I'm saying?
Mm, mm, that makes sense. I mean, I think that makes sense, bro. But like I said, uh, maybe I'm not considering how few men are at the point to where those matter. So I guess that would make sense why you would require more, right? Because if I'm in a place to where I honestly just need you to take care of the little things I don't feel like doing, but have to be done, I don't know if in mass a lot of men are at that same level. Does that make sense?
So I mean, so what are we saying that look like? The woman doesn't have to work. The man is taking care of
Oh
everything.
no no
And
no no no! That ain't what
what?
that look like.
Oh,
Nah,
so what? What we
that ain't what that
saying?
look like
What
at
we
all.
saying?
We're talking about what is desired to bring you that level of peace to where y'all can keep functioning every day. They're
Mhm.
not major hard asks to where it's like um, something as simple as remembering that he forgets to do this, and if I can just help him with that little thing, he can keep focusing on what's important, whatever is important to him, right? But it's not a laundry list of things to where, nigga, if I wasn't here, like your old lady should never be thinking, how the fuck did you make it to this big old age without me here? You see what I'm saying? Like, nigga, you couldn't do and can't do shit.
Right.
You
I
feel
agree with
me?
that. Yeah.
Like a difference between being a supplement and being vital. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, but some women, bro, and y'all, we gotta keep it real. Y'all, we know these women that the niggas they be with, it's like, bro, they really be carrying these niggas.
Right.
Like, carrying these niggas, bro.
And that's what a lot of women be used to, bro. And they be trying to, saying like project that on every nigga
Every
they meet.
dude,
And then
exactly.
they be mad, upset when, oh, I'm giving my all to you. I'm doing this and that for you. And I ain't asked you for that. I asked you for this. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
I
right.
don't
But
need that.
so then you got situations where you got somebody like me, right, who in them young uh 18 age ranges, 20 age ranges, who's very inconsistent in life because the way I'm living. But I made a child and we're gonna try to wake this and we're gonna be a family. So if I really had to judge the percentages of who really hold who down, it would be my son's mother. If based on percentages, hers would be here, mine's would be there. Like I'm gonna be real. You feel what I'm
Hmm.
saying? So that's why I say, like, you know what I'm saying? And back then it was way more that than it is now, but it's still a lot of that. Cause I'm not no just off to the side ass nigga. And that's I can speak at least on the East Coast because I'm familiar with many states up across that fucking ocean. You feel what I'm saying? This shit ain't no abnormal shit. This shit normal. I know motherfuckers who did more than I did and started faster than I did when it comes to certain shit.
Yeah.
That's my, you know what I'm saying? They ain't no but a few age older than me and shit like that. So it's like what I'm saying is like it bees like that at that age range, depending on what situation you end up in. You feel what I'm saying?
Um.
Where the women when women in 7 years moment they are it's within it's 7 years they say 7
Yeah.
years more ahead of us on a mature level, mental level type shit.
Yeah.
Like you feel
Starts
what
a
I'm
little. Yeah.
saying?
Hmm.
So if I'm 19 I'm gonna try to get it this way if I come from a different environment. But if she 19 and she decent minded, she gonna go to school. She
Yeah.
thinking 5 years ahead. I'm thinking about next week. What I'm gonna do about next week, boy? What I'm gonna do about next month? You
Right.
feel what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Nah, you right. You definitely right. And during that time, yeah. Cause niggas like that's what I'm saying though. I think we spoke about this. Like doing like from when a woman's from like you say, 18 up until, late 30s, like what I'm saying? That's when she's most desirable, like, you know what I'm saying, by men. And but
Mm-hmm.
men don't gain that until they get to late 30s, like that knowledge, wisdom, understanding, that financial stability, that everything that it, what I'm saying, that women really be talking about to want to, what I'm saying, concede to. Like, you rarely gonna find that in somebody that's just getting established in life. Like, you know what I'm saying? So you got to see the potential as a woman. You got to see the potential
Mm-hmm.
in a
Mm-hmm.
man, like coming from if you get with him at a young age. But as a man, like you feel like shit. I got the jewel of, you know what I'm saying. If you can get a woman at her peak and prime, and she ain't really been tampered with or nothing like that, like, you know what I'm saying? But a woman want a man with experience, but they don't want you to have, like, you know what I'm saying? But like, think about how you get experience though. You know what I'm saying? You
Right.
got to go through
Yeah.
shit. You
Gotta
got
go
to
through something.
run through
That
shit.
makes
Like you
sense.
got
Yeah.
to, you know what I'm saying? So
Yo,
you
I
know,
have an 18-year-old next summer of 2026,
Damn.
and I was on my own. I was out my mother home at 17.
facts. Me too.
You
Damn.
feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, I got a 19-year-old and an 18-year-old.
Yeah. You feel what I'm
So
saying?
I definitely feel you, and
What's
neither
the
one of them is really moving at the speed that I was
That
moving.
I
They
moved
moving
at
way slower,
yeah,
more
slower.
that was be
focused,
my
and
next
more
question.
like, you know what I'm saying, like on
Yes.
point and on par, like
On point, on par. Yes.
right. And it's
Yes.
I don't know, you know what I'm saying. I think that really got something to do with like with us though, bro. You know what I'm saying, because we can tell like, bro, like we you know how like certain shit niggas made cool for us. Like, you know what I'm saying? That would if we had real OGs, like how we can go to the hood and really be OGs in the hood and school niggas and put niggas
Mm-hmm.
on real game, real knowledge, wisdom, understanding. And you
Mm-hmm.
know what I'm saying? Like if we had guys like us coming up, bro, like at our age now,
Mm-hmm.
like we would be really unstoppable because we got really OGs that's pushing us in the direction. They ain't making the stupid shit cool. They making shit that's gonna
Yep.
be beneficial and, you know what I'm saying, conducive to our growth and development. You feel me? So
Yep.
yeah, that's why I
I'm
see it. Like,
Yep.
shout
Now
out
that's
to
that's
and then like you
exactly what
said,
it
me and
is.
Strada was talking, right? And we was talking, bro, was like, yo, women get basically what you say, Strada? Like women get basically like coach from when they little as fuck all to be
yeah.
a certain type of way, like, you know what I'm saying, and like to keep the direction and focus of, you know what I'm saying, doing things a certain type of way, like being focused, like how you say they more mature, is because
Mm-hmm.
they
Facts.
like the people take time with the little girls and no, you're supposed to be like this, you're supposed to be like that's just a hard headed little boy. You just a bad little hard headed little motherfucker. Like, you know what I'm saying? You might
Mm-hmm.
get chastised or corrected, but it won't the same type of focus. It just, you know what I'm saying? Like to
That's a
me,
fact.
like, you know,
Nah.
Women have
Nah.
been they have been tooled up from very younger to be armed to handle the world a certain type of way because it's almost like men and women are both aware that you have it's almost like the mentality is that time isn't of the essence with your little girls, but your little boys will figure it out, even if they bump and fumble through it. And so, like you said, from that elementary school age, a lot of the girls were literally I don't want to use the word conditioned because it sounds too harsh, but they
use
have
it.
been say what?
That's a good word to use
Yeah,
because that's what it is.
it
Like,
is. Like they've been conditioned to behave in class, pay attention, stay attentive because nobody gave grace for their little girls to be slow at understanding things in class. You know what I mean? Like it was way more unacceptable for a little girl to be struggling with C's and D's. Like you almost like what the fuck? Like it was an anomaly. Like think back to the
you
when
a
we were in
girl, you
school.
supposed to be smart. Like,
Yeah,
you know
like
what
that
I'm
was
saying?
kind of the standard. And now check
Right,
this. Simultaneously, now we in grade school together. Those same little girls from toddlers through elementary school have been conditioned to pay attention, be attentive, learn information fast. The little boys, like if you can get the niggas to sit still in the seat and not go to throwing shit to a teacher, that's a good day.
right.
So literally the discipline that was instilled in little girls to be what they will become later, with little boys are tolerated. So during that elementary school where it's the most imperative for them to be learning, right? The little boys were disciplined and removed from most of the classrooms because they couldn't sit still. You were
Right.
suspended, sit home, considered and labeled as bad. Nobody really gave a fuck. But guess what? The girls stayed in class and kept learning. And I think that this is why when the shift does happen later, a lot of times there is a intelligence gap very early when we talk about adolescent kids, because the guys we were spent our younger years being disciplined into knowing how to behave. When the little girls came equipped in elementary school knowing that part, they came to learn. They
Right.
got
Hey,
behavior before.
And then look,
so
oh, go
okay,
ahead.
go ahead, Wardy. Nah,
Now I was about to
oh
say,
man, nah,
in
that shit made me
elementary
think,
school,
son.
right? You know how like in elementary school, like the girls didn't really like bad boys and shit.
Exactly.
But then the flip when they got to high school, they fucking with bad boys and shit. Like what happened with that shit? Like what happened? Like you know what I'm saying? Like
I'm gonna I'm gonna tell you what happened, Wardy. This is just my opinion. I think that when little girls were younger, they they had, I think their moral compasses was more hardwired to right and wrong. So listening to your teacher was the right thing to do. Any little boy that can't do that, they're annoyed because you're stopping them from doing the right thing their parents taught them in elementary school.
Ooh,
But guess what? As hormones start kicking in, those same niggas that
that's
was
what I'm about to
talking
say.
back, you feel me? That was masculine or mannish. Now that they were both older, that's something that the girl that's been following the rules the whole time for 16 fucking years,
Cause that's when
now
the
is increasing.
that's when the testosterone and the estrogen really kick in.
Right. And think about
So
it.
Nate, that's when nature versus nurture kicks in, Wardy.
That's a fact. And so, but
so
this
that
is what's even
they
more
should
weird
win
though,
every
Dino.
time then.
A
But
lot
this
of
is what
times, shit
but this
wins.
was wicked though. And see, this where it fucked up at though. Even the girls that were quote unquote considered smart, that would even look at the bad boys, even then they still had an air that I'm better than you.
Nah, yeah, they had their air, but it wasn't more so dumb. It was more so their parents.
Right. Their upbringing, how they had that
Their
persona they had to
parents is
keep up
keeping
and
them
shit.
far away. That's why it's important to be well established when you had kids, or at
That's a
least try
fact.
to, or at least try to get well established before they get to high school.
Yeah.
Because you know what I'm saying. Like then that's when you leave them to the world for real. If you're not well established, because they be in these different situations. Like we know y'all can go to school with us, but you know we don't see you at the dances. We don't see
Hmm.
you at the game. We don't see you in the neighborhoods. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Well, you know what I'm saying? Like, and they like, but we in school, we can flirt with you. We can send you letters. Or we can fuck, you know what I'm saying? Or you can sneak and make a phone call, but can't never get to you though. Because your parents ain't
Facts.
having it.
Hmm. And then
And
I,
So
I
I
then
think
you
that
would
shit
really move on from them. You really move on from them because you can't get to them. You feel what I'm saying?
damn,
right.
that's a bar.
And you
That's a
start talking
bar.
to the then they wonder why I can't okay. Hey look, yeah, I know for a fact like that like the parents be doing that because I ain't gonna call no names, but I was talking to a certain person that mama was a teacher and she won't
Uh
born for it. You said who? Terrence Ward? Oh no, hell no.
nah.
Hell no. Hell no, hell no. I don't know about that. Hell no.
you know,
Yo.
It was what it was though.
but rightfully so, you know. But
Right. Cause
but
she popping right now.
Yeah.
that's what be crazy though. So too much of that sheltering shit. It's more so it's like if I feel like this, right? 'Cause I understand how this shit go, and I understand where I'm at today, right? So if my daughter when she get to the age and it be something like a Terrence Ward, I'm gonna be like, yo, bring bro over because the same reason why I'm gonna tell her don't fuck with him will be the same reason why be the same why they said fuck nah don't fuck with Terrence Ward. It'll be the same reason why I say bring him over,
Right.
and that's why the fathers is important
Right.
because if you like this man, and I know I taught you well, you feel what I'm saying? Then all
Yeah.
that man is missing something that I probably can give him to make sure he treats you right. You feel what I'm saying?
That makes
Right.
sense. Because I can
And
give you
then
that
like
tangible.
if a daughter has had her father in her life, but her boyfriend hasn't, she way ahead of him. Like you
That's
know
a
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because she
fact.
knows shit as
That
a
was my
female and a male. Like
that was my first son's mother, my first two sons.
yeah.
That was their mother. You feel me? That was their mother. Me,
Hmm.
y'all know my mom. Y'all know where she strived all the way to get. You know what I'm saying? I got a teen mom. I think my mama went through. She did all the right things to get to where she got, but I had to go through that process with her, so I ain't reap the benefits. You feel
Right.
what I'm
Right.
saying? My sisters do. God bless. You feel me? Absolutely. I'm thankful for that. But it's like she did though. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's why I say it ended up being like this when we was 18 years old to 19 and having a kid to all the way making it up to like 28, 20, you know what I'm saying? 29 type
Yeah.
shit.
But I think that's good though, because that kid that I feel like, you know what I'm saying? Like if a woman was, like you say, conditioned to be a certain way and she kept following that condition, and she just, you know what I'm saying, like she got with a man with potential, but like we say, he's young as hell and he's, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like he just ain't got where he need to get to in life yet. Shit, like that, I feel like that'll be a very dynamic situation because she
Yeah,
already know, and he getting to be knowledgeable and
yeah,
wise. You
yeah,
know what I'm saying?
yeah,
So
yeah, yeah, yeah. And
you know
that's
what I'm
still my
saying. But
dog. That's what's crazy. That's still my
do you
dog.
think in that dynamic, if a man basically, is following the woman role or lead, is that a bad thing for a like a younger situation? And in the situation like we talking about, like the daughter got the mom and the dad in her life, but the boy only had the mom, so he made, you know what I'm saying? Like,
See, for us, it wasn't like I wouldn't never follow her nothing. You know what I'm saying? No sort of situation. Once we had a child, you feel what I'm saying? Her plans and decision making was better. So when I was stuck between being selfish and selfless, I chose being selfless.
mm, that makes sense.
yeah,
You know what
I
I'm
like
saying?
that.
So it benefited me because it slowed me down. If I would have been selfish, I would have been on a rapid pace of destruction. Being that I was selfless, it ended up being a blessing in disguise because it slowed me down enough to make it to today to be able to talk to y'all. In
But
reality, I know that's what it is. So
I'll
that's
say this.
where it don't look like a blessing from the outside, but it's a blessing for the inside for me. You feel me? You feel
Mm,
what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Because it
yeah,
slowed me down. If I would have been selfish, I would have right. I was already on that pace. You feel me? But being that I decided to be selfish for the idea of family and being there with your first son, your first child, and being in the same house, that's a selfless decision by men when it's not planned to have it. You 18, 19 years old. You feel me? So when I made being that I made the selfless decision, because I'm a selfless person at the end of the day by nature. So when I made that selfless decision, it slowed me down enough. You feel what I'm saying? To
yeah.
be able to have growth and development. You know
I'll
what I'm
say
saying?
I'll say this,
uh,
bro. I think that honestly, fellas, we might be in an age to where, because there's a shift with how fathers are showing up for their daughters, right? Honestly, I like when I look into the actual world, like on playgrounds, there's not really a lot of black boys that I see, period, right? And so one of the things that I'm thinking is that for the black men that have daughters, we're gonna almost have to adopt their little boyfriends as um sons, just to ensure that we're leading our daughters even down the right paths with boys, whether they end up marrying them niggas forever or whether he's just a boyfriend for the next 4 fucking months. Like it's almost like I've accepted that. I guess I know a lot of my homeboys that got like little sons and shit, but I'm just saying, like when I'm just looking out in the world, I think to Wardy's point, you're seeing more daughters with present fathers than sons with the same level of presence of men around. So I think that like we're gonna almost have to, like, fathers that have daughters, we're gonna almost have to adopt in their boyfriends and kind of, show them the way, for the lack of a
right,
better word, and kind of mentor them while they're being with our daughters, type
right.
shit. Does that make sense?
Yeah, because I just did that like 2 days ago. Like,
Mm,
my daughter, her and boyfriend, they, kicking it tough, you know what I'm saying?
yeah,
So I told him, like, tell them come over, like, you know what I'm saying? Just want to chop it up with them. So
Yeah.
we chopped it up about 2 hours or whatever. And, you know what I'm saying? Not even, just speaking and building, me getting on, he getting to know me, like, so he can feel comfortable if he does have any type of, questions, comments, concerns, or whatever, you feel me? But,
yeah,
and then when, I tested it, I asked my daughter, I was like, what boy say about our combo? He said that you was gonna take him fishing, and he said that y'all locked in, but he said y'all conversation was for men, and I couldn't know. I said, oh yeah, I could fuck
there you
with him. You
go.
know what I'm saying? So,
There you go. I like to hear shit like that, bro. Because again, what was his like? How's his dynamic with his father?
I think, I mean, I think it was weak coming up, but it's
Okay.
trying to, you know what I'm saying, like, you know, as now it's trying to, I guess, pick up a little bit, but damage done.
Yeah.
Hey, when I first I was like, I think I was like I said, I was like 19, and my son's mother and shit. Like she from Jersey, like born and raised and shit. But like her father is from Bertie, right there on 308 and shit, right. So, but I didn't know her though. Like we was in the same building when we was younger, but y'all know I came to Bertie and grew up, so I ain't know it until like Greensboro and shit.
Mm.
So then when that connection came, we found out like, oh yeah, I used to be in the same building, all that. So so anyway, when we back to Jersey, you feel what I'm saying? And parent, her father, you feel what I'm saying, good man. You know what I'm saying? He got his she got her mom, you know what I'm saying, his wife, you feel me? And they got kids. Everything, all his kids is, infant in house, they do well. Right since day one, this '05, '06 type shit. No, this '06, yeah, '06 type shit, '06, '07 type shit. So well when she first brung me over, he had the thing on him. He was cool as hell, but he made sure he showed me he had the thing on me. He had that thing on him. And I'm like, I'm young though, so in my mind, we done everything. He was cool though. So he put up like, all right, bro, your pop must don't know. All right, you feel what I'm saying? Like,
Let me
I ain't
see
nobody,
back.
I ain't studying that shit. Like, you know what I'm
Right.
saying? But in hindsight now, Wardy, we got to think about that. You feel
Right.
what I'm saying? We
Yeah,
got to think about that. Where was we at that age? Did that really matter based on where our mom was at? You feel what I'm saying?
we
So it's
didn't.
like I wouldn't even take that route. I'm gonna
No.
take the you my son,
Yeah.
right, nigga? You feel
Right.
me? If you my son, you my son. You my son off
Yeah.
the rip. And if you don't want to be my son, then you don't want to be my
Right.
daughter's
Dealing with
wife.
my daughter, no
Right.
way.
My daughter's husband.
Right.
That's some
Right.
real shit. That's how
Damn
I'm
right.
carrying it, bro. Like, it's an investment. Like, I'm not even there to pick them for my daughter, so to speak. Like I said, I know that who she is going to attract what she need, type shit, right? So I ain't gonna pick her boyfriends, but if she brings somebody home she like, it's like now I have a vested interest to get to know you, type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like it does me no good to get this nigga on some bullshit with me, like, yo, fuck this little nigga. Like, bro, that's stupid. You know what I'm saying? Like, that makes no fucking sense, bro. I think that to me, carrying it that way, you can literally save and build as you go, type shit. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, and again, I think that when we start talking about shit like mentoring or reaching out and really doing things that can make a difference, I think there's some practical shit that you can change right now. But think about, like, to Bino's point, how we didn't get that treatment. You feel me? Like, I got a particular ex of mine where I remember her daddy was trying to be tough. Well, not really be tough. Like, just kind of checking to see. And then he realized quickly, boy, I shoot better than you do.
Right. That's what I was
Respectfully.
about to say. Boy,
Like,
you come out there with that little 45, these little niggas pulling
right.
out fucking Dracos
Right.
out their
Right.
fucking
This
pants and
bitch got
shit.
the,
Like, what
the
the hell is
whole
that, little
thing
old
hanging
man?
out. You heard?
You know what I'm
Like,
saying?
well, he got the 30. He used for that bitch with a 30 hanging, but
Which got a Honda.
type shit, drum. But
Right. Big
like I
mother.
said,
So,
it be stuff like that I think that that has to be the new mentality of water, because again, like, we can only do what we can, right?
right.
And to be that invested with something that close to you, I think is more important than even trying to save a million kids up the street. It's like, why not start with the ones closest to what you created?
Hey, let me ask you something, though. Some
What's up?
real shit, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, how would you, what type of advice would you give to your daughter's boyfriend? Like
Ooh.
how? Because it's your daughter now, and
Yeah.
it's her boyfriend that may or may not. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Like be with her. So are you giving her advice like how you giving him advice?
I think that before I give him any piece of advice, I gotta check his baseline. I gotta see what he is, what he knows, what he wanna go. Before I pour anything into him, again, I'm not trying to anchor the nigga, or steer his ship. If anything, boy, I'm gonna be the engine that you put
Yeah.
on your little paddle boat before you met me.
First and
Right.
foremost, I got to gather information
Yep.
Right.
for
Where you
ground
at?
up.
What type time you on? What your future plans is? Before I inject anything in you, before I start pouring anything into you, pause. I gotta know what the hell is in the cup. What type of cup am I dealing with? You know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck is there? What needs to be added? What don't? And then, as opposed to me indoctrinating who I was into the little homie, I think that my thing would be to help him add to what he already has. You feel me? But meeting them, not overwhelming the nigga with shit that it's like, bro, me talking to you about stocks and shit when you just got your first bank account last week is don't make sense.
Right.
But if you tell me your immediate goal is I'm trying to um, purchase my first whatever appliance, car, whatever the fuck it is, let me show you what that looks like versus trying to make you into the man I need you to be for my daughter overnight.
All right, so look though, Strata, right?
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely, right? So then you get into the situation where you know, Shorty just ain't gonna be for your daughter. You feel me? So
Mm-hmm.
you still got him, right? You still fuck with him, but you make sure you go to your daughter. Like, look, not right now. You need to, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Going about your business. And that's not to say y'all be done right now, but that's definitely not like you feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's almost like a joker face. You feel what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
Both parties
Tough
gonna win, or
face.
even both parties gonna lose. I'm gonna make sure both parties win. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But
With not
Dad, why you trying to judge me and stop my life and you trying to control me? Like I
yeah,
can't help who I love.
yeah, that's a whole different conversation and shit. So, but I got to make sure I do that least first step, and then if it's to a point, then that's where the mom come in play. Like, yo, stop, yo, I'm trying to tell you, bro, I'm not even fucking playing. Like, yo, you
Ah!
better fucking make sure this shit don't go like this, or this I'm burn all the shit down.
Yeah, Pino said, "Fuck that. I'm be hard on these niggas, boy. Like
Yeah,
them niggas
yo,
gonna cut the cheese, bro. You ain't
yeah.
it. That's funny.
Real
But
I
man.
don't
like
know,
you
man.
said,
I don't know, man. I just feel like schooling the little nigga to how things are with women in general is just like the best advice. Like, you know what I'm saying?
okay,
Like
I can
to
see
like
that.
that I could give. Like, you know what I'm saying? Cause like women in general, like have certain type of qualities that, unless you know and recognize, you would just think like, yo, she just being mean or she just being, you know what I'm saying? So yeah.
Mm. I think that to your point, bro. I would definitely teach them about the nature of women, but I would more be concerned with how you carrying yourself as a man. What are you principled on? Because you already did enough attracting to get my daughter at that point, right? So you know a little bit about women. I'm more concerned about what you know about being a man. You feel me? Not that that women part ain't important, because like you said, you got to kind of walk them down slow. But that's gonna be my approach when my daughter start dating is you know, talking to the dude one on one type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like picking his brain, what's important to him, but not even giving him any inkling about whether he's doing good or bad. Because I need to get his baseline. Like, I think I was telling Bino shit the other day. Like, my daughter is 5, so in 2 more years she'll have her entire. She'll be in completely encompassing of who she's gonna be for the rest of her life at year 7. So right now I'm just watching learning. I'm kind of correcting little small things here or there, but I need to know who she's gonna naturally be to know what needs to be aligned a little later type shit. So with her boyfriends and shit, it'd be the same way. Like I want to get as much information from you without you trying to impress me as humanly fucking possible. So I can know what your natural baseline is. Granted, I know that you gonna be on your best shit because you meet her daddy, but still, like I can kind of still glean a little better from you with just casual convo. You not just trying to tell me the right shit because I'm a daddy. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Right.
But
Shit.
you
But you
know,
believe that people are who they're gonna be for the rest of their life at 7?
most of the personality types of who you are at the core, yes.
Are
In the
built
first
off,
7 years,
who you are. I say built off that.
yep.
You know what I'm saying? And I say a lot of reconstructions might happen. I say a lot of things might happen, but I'm not going to particularly put it on a number seven, but I think like in that ballpark, um, that foundation, bro, is really end up with anybody even living or dying by if they make it long enough.
Yeah. I'm about to share a screen real quick.
You
Let's
mean
actually
you mean like their natural personality or what you put pour into them?
Nature
their
versus
natural.
nurture type of vibe.
Hmm.
Okay.
You feel me?
So see if I can click on this link and see if it takes me down. Um, this
To
was
be
written.
in a position to break generational curses and generational cycles is something that it's a nature versus nurture thing. What have you choose? You choose nurture more than likely to even have that thought process, whether that was good or bad. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, so let's actually walk it down. When it comes to child development, it's been said that the most crucial milestones in a kid's life occur by the age of 7. In fact, the Greek philosopher Aristotle once said, "Give me a child until he is 7, and I will show you the man." As a parent, taking this theory to heart can cause waves of anxiety. Was my daughter's overall cognitive and psychological health truly determined in the first 2,555 days of her existence? But like parenting styles, child development theories could also be antiquated and disproven. Pediatrician believed feeding baby forms was better than breastfeeding them. That was back in the day. Let's see. In the first years of life, the brain rapidly develops its mapping system. Data from Harvard University shows the brain develops rapidly during the first years of life. Before children turn 3 years old, they're already forming a million neural connections every minute. These links become the brain's mapping system formed by a combination of nature and nurture, especially serve and return interactions. The baby's first year of life, cries are more signal, blah, blah. It's talking
What's
about
serve and
neuroscience.
return?
Say what?
Serve and return method.
You want to dig a little deeper into that? Let me
Hey,
see.
yeah.
Yeah, that
Go,
was interesting.
go
Let me
down the
click on the
rabbit hole.
hyperlink. Yeah. Server interactions, responsive back and forth exchanges between a young child and a caring adult. They play a key role in shaping brain architecture. These interactions, much like lively game of tennis, form a critical part of child's social environment and are crucial to early development. Cognitive skills,
But person like a kid, like natural conversation or like what?
yeah, just back and forth interaction to where you do something, they do something back, like that mimicking
Oh,
shit.
okay, okay,
Um,
okay.
and then when we're going on down a little further, this is talking about by the age of 7, kids are putting the pieces together. So by the time kids reach first or second grade, they begin to separate from primary caregivers by making friends of their own. They also start to long for peer acceptance and are better equipped to talk about their feelings. When my daughter was 7 years old, she was able to verbalize her desire to find a good friend. She also began putting concepts together as a way to express her feelings. For example, she once called me a heartbreaker for refusing to give her candy after school. When I asked her to define heartbreaker, she accurately responded, "It's someone who hurts your feelings because they don't give you what you want." You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like I think that by 7, not even talking on the the spiritual significance of it, I just think that by 7, what most of my research showed me that um, the kids has a pretty good baseline of who they are and how they are about to move, and so I need to see exactly all of who my daughter's going to be before I start to implement too much that she stray away from. Because I need to learn her style of learning. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Like I don't want to
So
be forcing some shit on her that she not, it's like she ain't on. Like she like, yo, nigga, she don't even learn like that. You feel me? Like, um, I found with my daughter, believe it or not, I have to almost always use positive language when talking to her because she respond better to it. Because she's
Mm-hmm.
one of them. Don't if I say don't, she's gonna ask why. But if I be like, you're brave or you do the right thing, she's like, bet, let me go do it and I'm gonna come back and tell you how I did it. You feel me? So we don't even focus on what I don't want with her. I'm always pushing into her what I need her to be. She responds better to that.
Right. I think most people. I think that's really how you get what you want out of a person.
Yeah.
Because I seen a thing the other day. It said the universe doesn't basically they don't differentiate. Just like, all right, how they explained it, right? They was like, imagine you was in a cosmic place like that people didn't understand, you know what I'm saying, your language, right? And you ordering something off a menu, and you was like, I don't want the tuna fish. I don't want the tuna fish. Like, they gonna bring your ass back tuna fish because you of your intentions that you got and your focus that you got on. You pointing to it, you looking at it, you steady saying whatever you saying, and you pointing to this. So I'm thinking you mean this. Like, you know what I'm saying? So like, we got to get out of the, like you say, the negative, like saying what we don't want, and just
Mhm.
look forward to what we
What
do
the hell
want
you
and how
actually
we
do
can
want?
obtain it. Like, you know what I'm saying?
That
Stop
brings
putting
me
the
to
barriers, because as soon as you say, I want this, but it's gonna be hard. I want this, but I know it's not gonna be easy. I know people is gonna do da. Like, you just put that many more barriers in front of you
in
and your goals.
between
Like,
what you
you know what I'm
said you wanted to do. Man, I'm gonna play this little short trailer and we can probably get into this a little bit more, but this kind of speaks to what you were talking about, Wardy.
Throughout history, all the great minds, all the great leaders, all the great achievers, they have something in common. And now the great glimmering of truth can be revealed again.
You know, this secret gives you everything you want: happiness, health, and wealth. You can have, do, or be anything you want.
I've seen many miracles take place in people's lives. Financial miracles, miracles of physical healing, mental healing, healing in relationships.
All of this happened because of knowing how to apply the secret.
Okay, that didn't really do everything I wanted it to do, right? But I think that what's up, PJ? Let me stop sharing that screen. The what we were talking about, focusing on what you want. I ain't gonna lie, bro. I've never figured out. I was in Greensboro and I was working out at the gym, and it was this dude. It was an old man. He was like mid 60s, right? And I was on the treadmill. He was on the treadmill beside me, and the nigga had like a photo album, and he was flipping through the photo album as he was walking. And so, you know me, I'm just kind of like doing my thing. And what's crazy is that I don't know if this should happen to y'all, like y'all, but people will find ways, clever ways to start conversation with me, whether I want them to or not.
right.
So I was doing my thing, and he was like, um, he was like, "You see this car? Like, I'm gonna get this car in a second." I said, "Okay, that's what's up." And he flipped again, flipped a few pages. "You see this house? I'm gonna get mine to look like this on the inside here in a little bit." I was like, oh, "Okay, that's what's up." And now, still working out. Like, yo, this little motherfucker kind of creepy type shit. Like, dog, we in the gym. Why is this old white nigga talking to me, bro? Like, what is this ham sandwich want? So then he was like, "You ever heard of The Secret?" I was like, "What you mean?" He said, it's a documentary that I watched, and he said, it helps me. He said it changed the way he looked at life, is how he put it. And what I found is what you were speaking to, Wardy, is that the things that you give the most energy to are returned to you no matter how you word it. And I think that we don't focus on the wording. So, for example, one of the examples in the documentary was talking about how when you trying to rush to do something and you're like, damn, I'm gonna be late, or I want to be late for work. The idea that you don't want to be late, based on the logic of that documentary, the slowest car will get in front of you to bring to you what you gave the energy to, which was being late. They don't care about your want for it. The strength and the thought was on lateness. And so, it gives
Okay.
examples of that throughout the where it's like, you ever thought about, damn, I'm gonna be late, and then you get behind the slowest motherfucking vehicle on the road, or how when you have a good or a bad thought, how they use the word universe, but I'm not trying to have a spiritual conversation, but I think that there is something to that. Your thoughts go where your energy's held, type shit, right? So, I think that to what you were saying earlier, Wardy, when people have strong negative feelings towards things, you'd be surprised at what you'll attract just by having a negative thought. Like you bring it closer to you by having an association to the negative thought, right? And I just thought it was interesting. Like I've read The Secret a few times. It talks about manifestation, all type shit like that, right? And I think that there's a deeper connection in my mind to it, but I do believe that it is true. Where your heart, what makes your heart beat and tick, your brain follows. You know what I'm saying? And energy, if it's neither created nor destroyed, the energy you put out has to come back to you in some way. And then once you learn that the universe don't give a fuck about, like, they don't, the universe doesn't focus on it showing up exactly the way you said it. Um, it's gonna show up based on the energy you putting out. So um, that shit, it was definitely powerful. It's called The Secret. Dope documentary. Dope read if you haven't. It's just a way of willing yourself to results through positive thinking. So y'all haven't checked that out, please do. But random tangent, but again, great documentary, better book, better read. Um, Pretty powerful shit, in my opinion. CJ, what's up, Brody?
What up? What up? Y'all hear me?
Yep. What's good
How
with
y'all
you?
doing?
No, we chilling, man. We chilling, bro. Going through a couple of my little series videos. Mine's the most powerful tool in your body. That is a fact. The energy you release is the energy you receive. That's a fact, PJ.
Definitely so. Definitely so.
This is interesting. Queen T said, I feel like that's why I don't relate to a lot of what's talked about on different panels. Some things I don't focus on, therefore it's not an issue for me. I think that makes sense, Queen T. I think that what you just articulated is the reason why um there are some people that don't ever have to deal with this shit and others that
Smart
do.
CJ.
Yeah, she funny. You know what I mean? Like your energy goes where your focus goes. So if you're not focused on the shit you don't want, and that's kind of what I be saying, like when we have these conversations. Certain shit don't exist to me because it ain't what the hell I'm looking for, and it doesn't have my energy.
Right.
So it's there, but it ain't where the fuck my focus is. Cause why the fuck am I worried about what I don't want? Like,
Right.
think about the average person. You go to a buffet. Do your eyes go to the nastiest thing you don't want? Or do your eyes naturally affix to what's the best looking thing right there for you to eat?
Right.
Man, look, if I go at a restaurant, right,
Mm-hmm.
and I check the menu, I don't give a fuck what they special is. If I see something with bacon, my neck will break. I every time. Ask anybody I went out to restaurants with, I don't give a fuck. Like once I be scrolling, just looking at shit. The moment I see bacon, nigga, I pause. Hold on, what's this? What's this with
Word?
bacon? What's that with bacon?
Right, bro. I think that one little piece, CJ, that is the key to unlocking a lot of what we see as problems. Is how the fuck we identify and what we show up into the world as, and what we give our energy to. That shit matters, and
Yeah, I sure
unfortunately,
do.
people. I don't know. I hope we mind this out thoroughly enough to where I don't have to keep like beating the same point in. But that shit is very fucking important, bro. Where your brain goes is
I
where your
done missed
heart
out on what
goes.
y'all was talking about.
Yeah, I've just been kind of ranting about the secret. Not really ranting, but just kind of going down that whole, Wardy triggered the thought we're talking about,
It would be him.
Go ahead.
I said it would be Woody to like
Of course.
talk about like some like mental authority and how to mind out mental awareness. It would be him.
Oh, that's a fact, man. That shit, I was like, yo, that shit is it's a dope thing, bro. When you can change your focus. and realize that the shit that was a problem was only a problem because you made it one.
Right.
You
That's the
know
thing. Hey,
how
look.
Wody, you'll be like, well, 1 + 1 is 2. Wody be like, but nah, it ain't always gotta be that though. He'll
It
give you
can
like
be
a full
11 if you
breakdown,
put
and
the
now
two
you'll be
numbers
like,
together.
yeah, that 1 + 1 really could have been like 4 for real, for real.
Right.
Like,
Because a man and a woman coming together can have twins.
see, look.
I was saying that's
Look,
real.
that man is one, that woman is one, but they had quadruplets, CJ. That's 4.
That's 6 altogether. Shit.
That's
Math work.
And now you over here like, man, this nigga done reinvented math and shit.
Terrence Howard type shit.
Right.
What you about to say, Woody?
You know,
Damn.
once it's gone, it's gone.
I feel it. I'd be like that
I
too.
swear.
I definitely fucking feel it. I'm trying to find. It was another dope ass video I had. All right, y'all. So before I play this next video, I'm gonna play the video first, and then we could talk about this and bring it to real current events and shit. I thought this was a very interesting video. Y'all know, like I said, this whole satire shit be funny, but it do be some truth in it. So we're gonna play. I'm gonna play a satirical video, and then we'll get into how this shit applies in the real world.
I did not kill nobody. No, I don't know nothing about no murder. I don't know nothing about no murder. I don't understand why you keep lying. That is a snitch and I would die. This is not no joke. You would die. Like, you would die for snitching out here. People die for that. Real talk. Why do people get popped and killed for snitching? Well, we're talking about life sentences here. Right. It's like, really, just listen. Your actions and the people you choose to hang with and all of this. Taj killed all 3 of them. Okay. Tell me about it. The whole story. Were you there? The whole story. Let me talk. Tell me the whole story. Okay. I did not.
What y'all think?
Man, that nigga, that's
They were
crazy,
chipping
man. He
away
ain't
at
even
him.
take long.
He went from I ain't doing it to you get killed for snitching. That means you got something to say, but you got to keep breaking me down. And they just broke me down. I don't know, like you know what I'm saying. I don't know what happened, like, and then that nigga said, "Why you saying that?" That one was that life sentence. I said, "Why you saying that?" Oh, Todd killed all 3 of them. We ain't playing.
He said that nigga killed all 3 of them.
So let's get straight to the shits. That was
That
Todd.
shit
Hey, boy,
wild, boy.
when niggas start throwing them numbers at you, boy, that shit change everything, don't it?
Hey, look, when they start throwing them words at your ass, fuck them
Right.
numbers. That bitch said life. What?
So,
He ain't
nigga,
even waste time with it, boy. That brain is a he killed all 3 of them. Fuck all that.
Bryce said, "Yeah, fuck that. That was that nigga for real."
So
But
is that
again,
the you know how they say, the street code is, not snitching, not outing on your boys and shit. So in situations like that, can you blame them?
yeah, I can blame him
Hell
only
yeah.
because only
Man,
because
listen.
if he's in there and questioning, that means that he was probably an accessory or an accomplice to that shit.
Right.
Nah, see, I seen that video in its entirety. I think it was on Chaotic Clubhouse actually, and he was the driver, and the homeboy was the crash out,
Mm-hmm.
and he literally took out like a whole group of motherfuckers. Like it's like 3, 4 of them. And he just said, "Boom, just take them all out." It was like some white folk,
Oh yeah.
but
I do
he was like
remember
the person that was driving the car. He didn't even expect that the shit was gonna happen like that. The shit just, but his friend was just a hothead crash out and just did it.
Damn.
So
Oh, okay.
him initially saying like, I ain't about to do this, I ain't about to do that, and the third, blah 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 blah, and then out of nowhere, they tell him that he just like, hell no, he did all 3 of them. So yeah, Chaotic, it was on his shit. Like I don't, in my opinion, in that situation, I ain't gonna lie, I don't blame him, because if you watch the whole thing, he really didn't know that nigga was gonna do that. He didn't. The nigga just got the car and lit 3
See,
motherfuckers like it was nothing.
See, in my mind, CJ was so dumb about this shit, bro. That street shit, especially it got dumb as time went on. It's like he might not knew that day, but that's his man's. His
Right.
man's ain't randomly just woke up that day and did that shit. Like they rock out and do shit. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
So just cause you ain't know he won't gonna do it that day is not an
Right.
excuse because if that's your man's and y'all rock on and y'all be doing shit, you know what type of time you on, you that's your man's, that means you similar, even if you ain't the one that always pulling the trigger, you the one that's always driving. You the one that's always made his
Always the
accomplice
driver,
into
you
some
know.
shit.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? So you
Hey,
know you not excused, nigga, just cause you ain't know that day, nigga.
that's a
Yep.
fact. Hey,
That was my
the
thought.
young boy told me like it ain't no more G code. They said it's the me code now. That shit done switched up, bro.
That's
So if niggas out there in the streets and y'all still moving under the G code, the young niggas ain't moving like that. It's only about them. So it if they
mm,
sticking to it, how we used to stick to the G code. They'll crack. They don't give a fuck about you out here on this game now. So
Mm.
that shit
real. They
different,
told me
bro.
that they on. It's the old. I know you OG. You on G code, but nah, it's the me code now. I'm like,
Mm.
what? Please do tell.
Damn, the
It's
Miko.
all about me. God, told me.
That's
All right.
crazy.
Ain't no
Yeah,
love and
bro.
loyalty no more, bro. That shit, that's everything dead, bro.
That's why the
Look,
purge be making sense. That's why Babylon makes sense. That's why all the shit makes sense. Look at the mentality. The mentality make it correlates with each other. You know what I'm saying? Like
do
so.
do you think the purge is something that could happen realistically?
Hmm?
Maybe not.
You said what?
Do you think the purge is something that could happen realistically?
Shit,
Do
hell,
I think the purge is something that can happen realistically? Yes. I think to like even right now the purge can literally happen.
Hmm. Okay.
And for what it was initially designed for, it would be successful.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
But if we went by all the rules and regulations, which you got to watch either the first purge or the third one to see those rules. If we went by all the rules and regulations of the purge, one, it would happen, it would work, but it would probably only be done one time. See,
I
in the
see what you're saying.
movies, it's done once every year.
Yeah.
In real life, that's crazy.
Once every 10
There's
years.
no point or reason for what the plan is for the purge. There's no point or reason to do it every year. It's
Okay.
supposed to be
I see what
population
you're saying.
control. There's no way in one day the excess amount of people that get dropped like that in hours, because only 8 hours of doing it, that you're gonna do this shit every fucking year. No,
That makes sense. That makes sense.
I
yeah,
Uh
think it'd be a one time thing.
being on with CJ, I think
That's
it
crazy.
can happen.
I
I
don't
don't
know,
know.
man. They bringing back segregation and all that, right? And all that type of stuff.
It's
So
it's
it
it's
ain't
on the list of things that's supposed to go into play, but they got that long list of shit they're trying to put into play next. They go through each one, they decide if they're gonna do it, yay or nay. Next, yay or nay. But it's on the list of segregating schools. So,
Mm.
but I doubt it'll happen because for you to segregate schools, you'd also have to do it for the teachers, and the population of employment for the teachers is already declining anyway every year.
I'm
So it's
saying
going
though,
to be very
like,
hard
what's
for you
the
to try to
point of
have
that
all
shit
black
though?
teachers and all white teachers at school.
What's the point of that though? Like, what's the point of going back to doing that, or like, what's the reasoning behind it at
Talking
this
about to
today?
to keep the kids more focused and all this other bullshit excuses that they're trying to give, it don't make sense.
So, what kids are they trying to? I'm just saying, I
You
need
know,
somebody to
you know
explain
what
this to
kids
me.
they want to have want to be more focused.
Mm.
You know.
So, all with that shit or no?
Hmm?
Are the civil rights laws still in place with that or no?
I mean, I don't know.
That's what I said. I'm really not as familiar as I need to be on that. I did hear it floated out, but like you said, I feel like I
I
don't know.
think first off, it would have to get approved, and then once it actually gets approved, then they got to break down how they gonna implement it. You see what I'm saying? Like anything that they actually approve, it has to get implemented as well. Like they got to break down how they would even put that in there. They don't even do shit like that until after the fact.
Before we move quite into that, because I want to see if I can find some quick video footage of that water or maybe an article. I do want to look in this Peruvian town that they do have a tradition of fighting it the fuck out. What do y'all think of something more along the lines of this?
Year's is all about spending quality time with friends and family. But the year-end festivities are a little different in some parts of Peru as they gear up to celebrate the Tacanecu festival. Now, the festival involves residents of the Peruvian province Chumbi Vilcas engaging in fist fights. Anyone who's held a grudge in the past 12 months can now call out the villager's name and fight it out in the ring before the year ends. Take a look.
Them boys that can't fight with a fuck, boy. God damn.
Yo,
here's my thing. Bro? First off, you can tell that they don't even know how to fight. So this ain't even like something that they just do. Also, some shit though. Like this back in the day was normal.
Yeah.
You know, you had that one OG in the trailer park or in town where you had them two boys that was always arguing with each other. The OG would just make y'all, hey, y'all either gloves or no gloves. Yeah, y'all go duke it out for a little bit and y'all gonna shake hands and call it square. Yeah. These niggas make this a fucking ceremonial event. And they do it because obviously throughout the year, these niggas ain't fighting no damn body. Because look how they was fighting, if that's what you want to call that.
But think about it though, ain't that how most real altercations go when you see two people about to get it in? It takes so much for them to publicly even be fighting to begin with. First, I gotta stare you down. You getting too close to me. You gotta hit me first. You gotta hit me now. No, fuck that. You getting too close. Blah blah. And by the time they actually start fighting, you realize that neither one of them really wanted smoke. But I think that although whether you can fight or not, I think is irrelevant to the fact that you can look forward to if this shit get too sticky, boy, I'm gonna see your ass at the end of the year.
Boy, no.
You see what I'm saying? Regardless as to how it go, you feel me? Kicking, punching, whatever. But I think, and you know what's crazy, CJ? Imagine this. Imagine if the reason why the fighting is so awkward is because over the years, motherfuckers realize they really weren't built like that.
Man, they do this shit every year. Look, man, no, you ain't about to convince me of nothing. That's some dumbass shit to do in Peru. They don't need to fight no damn body. They gonna wait that long to fight like that. They could have used them 364 fucking days or whatever to train. These niggas look like they left the bread store and just said, "All right, I'm about to go fight real quick."
I'm about to go flail. I'm about to go flail with these niggas.
I'm about to do a shitty squabble with these niggas. Like, what the fuck was that?
I like that. I like that idea. I like that shit, yo.
If your ass can fight,
now,
that's why.
This is what I think should happen. This is what I think should happen. If you work at a factory, if you work in a bank, corporate business, I feel like twice a year, not once, twice a year, they need to have a fucking battle royale in that bitch. That's what I believe. I believe twice a year, you put your name in this bucket, and then everybody that's named that's in that bucket, y'all signed up to be in this battle royale twice a year. Whichever one you signed for, whether you want to come to the first one, the second one, or you got the balls to do both, and then everybody that's in that bitch, y'all gonna throw it out. That's what I think. And I also believe that it don't during that time frame, they need to have there's no gender in this shit. Men, women, unicorns, everybody's fighting in this motherfucker. Because I don't care if you put your name in that fucking paper, you willing to fight niggas, you willing to fight bitches. That's how I see that shit.
Yeah, that's funny as shit.
God damn.
But that's how I feel like that's something that they need to implement. Do that. because there's some. I ain't fighting no women because y'all kiss my ass, but there's some motherfucking men. God damn, boy, if this was the army, bitch, yeah, I would be breaking your jaws a long time ago, my nigga.
But that's
I
what I'm saying,
would have ripped that rank off, bitch. See me, like, oh, you can't do that shit today,
bro. Like, if that was re-implemented, even on a town level or a city level, the way you knew the city, the sheriffs, let's say the whole police department got together, was like, listen, for this one motherfucking day, all call outs mandatory. We serving them shits like warrants, nigga, throughout the year.
Damn.
Hey, you have been served. They show the fuck up on this day of ceremony. They get it in. This is a motherfucker calling you out. Imagine, cause see, this is what we've always
would you make that a
understood.
law?
Serving the call out like warrants is fucking diabolical.
And you know what? I low key like that. I low key like that because you know how the
Hey, but
government
look,
works. They don't like doing nothing that they can't get paid for, right? So if
Yeah.
you serve a warrant, I feel like there should be a fee that you got to pay to serve that warrant, right?
Yeah.
You pay the fee, you serve that warrant to that person, they get served. They gotta come. They gotta come to that fight. They don't come to that fight. They gotta do 48 hours in prison.
Yeah. Like I'm talking about like niggas be on your motherfucking line, like the bill collectors and shit. Hey, 16 more days to the call out. Just want to let you know we have been able to reach you, Mr. Johnson. Mr. Williams
I
been
don't know.
on
I
your
kind of
ass
like
though.
that.
Like,
Well, let me put a warrant out on a nigga to call out for a fight, and he denied. So now he got to do 48 hours in prison.
No, for
Boy,
real, bro.
Man, shit.
and
In real
look,
life, I've been
and while
calling
he in
niggas
prison, I'm gonna
out
find
for
out what
that
cell
shit.
he is. I'm
Nigga
gonna
owe
go
me
hit up one of the
48
boys that's in
hours.
that prison and be like, I'm gonna put 100 on your books. Find this nigga. Talk to him. Talk to him greasy. I'm gonna get mine one way or the other.
Call outs mandatory. I think that shit will really rewire the way we handled each other. If you knew there was a structure, let's be honest, a lot of the reasons why the world shifted was because we have gotten away from their direct reactions to shit you do. Meaning, if you talking crazy, you're gonna get punched in your shit and you're gonna have to fight back. You see what I'm saying? And I think that thought of, well, we used to tussle and just kind of get it in type shit, I think that has been lost on us for a long time, bro. Like we've gotten away from 1 + 1 is 2. You feel me? Like you talk shit, there's a high probability you're gonna get punched in your shit. And 1 + 1 could be 11, because Woody's on the pound. Shout out to Woody. But again, I think we have moved too far away from certain things have very simple and direct consequences. And that has made us in a lot of ways a lot more loose with our lives and how we interact with each other. Because it ain't in the front of your mind that this shit can get dark for you real quick.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think most people run around with that thought in the front of their mind. Is that, boy, listen, you might get punched in your, like, you might be prepared. You know what I'm saying? Well, however you're going to carry it. But that could come with some very direct consequences and repercussions, possibly.
Yeah, I can see that because one thing I try to bring up to certain like people in management is when they get like they gotta address one of their employees about some shit and they come at them just crazy from the first sentence. Like they're gonna go off, they're gonna say what they gotta say. Hey man, you dumb motherfucker, da, da, da. And then I got like, hey. Now because we all in management or whatever, like I can't just be like in their face now in front of employees. So I'm be like, hey man, what the hey, come on. And I gotta tell them. First I need them to explain to me what was going on. I get understanding of that part. But then after I was like, all right, cool. I'll handle that. I'll figure that. I'll handle that. But hey, bro, you can't be doing that. But no, man, come on. No, I get that, but you can't be doing all that yelling, screaming, hollering, going off for them because at the end of the day, that person got to go home. You got to go home. You don't know them.
Yeah.
That one person might follow your car home. Like they might find out where you stay. Y'all might stay in the same neighborhood. You see what I'm saying? Like y'all at the end of the day, y'all human. Like he might find you at Family Dollar, food line, and light you up. I keep my gun on me at all times. Everybody keep their gun on them at all times. Way how they be talking about at the end of the day, people still getting shot, right?
Yeah.
That gun don't protect you from a bullet. All right, it don't do that.
What it says, CJ, two type of fighters.
Winners and losers, goddamn, like
Put you
somebody got to
dead.
win, somebody got to lose. Those are the only ones I know.
That's funny.
Hey,
I
in
do.
special forces, they tell you you either shoving the spear or you getting impaled by it. Do you
Right.
want to bleed or do the bleeding? And every nigga with a green beret gonna say, "I'll stab you before you stab me." Oh,
Yeah.
that's the rule, bro.
Yeah. It's
So
a race.
you can't be going crazy on some employees, man.
It's a
Especially some
fucking
of these
race.
young dudes. I got a lot of YNs, and they might be the chill ones, but that don't mean they won't crash out. If anything, they being chill on purpose.
Right.
They're choosing it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just like they're over here like, I'm trying to be a better person. That means at some
Right.
point they weren't.
Right. Or
You
I
see what I'm
don't want to
saying?
be.
Trying to tell you.
At
That
one
brings
point
me.
they was crash out. So
That's a fact.
you can't be going crazy on folks, man, because you never know what that person might snap on you right then in that moment. What's
That
this?
brings me to a very interesting video too, CJ. Talking about YNs that are trying to do it a little different in the workforce.
Mm-hmm.
Let me get your thoughts on this video. I found this and I was like, damn, this is kind of dope. See what y'all think about this one.
Gang, so you telling me this the reality for a man? That's it, bro? Nigga, I just got off of work. It's 2:56 in the morning. I don't have nobody to talk to, gang. I don't got nobody to comfort me, gang. I don't got nobody to tell me that it's okay, gang. I have nobody to talk to, gang. And even if I did, I still can't tell them how I feel because I don't like being vulnerable. I don't like feeling vulnerable. Even if I did explain how I feel, they wouldn't care, bro. Wouldn't nobody care. They gonna say, well, keep your chin up, keep your head up. What the fuck you think I've been doing this whole time, bro? Niggas is tired, bro. Yes, I might be a man, but niggas get tired of thugging, bro.
What y'all think? Niggas
Um,
get tired of thugging.
I think that's some real shit. I actually posted a video on my TikTok about that. Like how the common responses to someone, you know, that someone may feel is strong is, oh, you'll get through it. It's okay. But they never really tap in. And then once the motherfucker crash out, y'all just be looking surprised. But it's like 9 out of 10 people do voice. Um when they feel empty or weird or when they do need somebody to talk to. I just don't think society be giving a fuck like that for real, for real.
Maybe if you wait till like 9, he'll have somebody to talk to.
I mean, okay, yeah, it's late,
Like 2 o'clock
but
in the morning,
he
folks.
he don't
Like
he was
it's
saying even the next day, nigga. I'm pretty sure he still would have felt the same way.
oh
Mm.
nah, y'all. I'm just saying.
No, you good. Like what's the line? So like in a situation like that, um, who do you think to Venus's question, who do you think is more at fault? The men in the scenario, the friends he chose, or the way society looks at him?
It's always your fault because you have a choice not to. You have a choice to observe your emotions and not become them. You don't have to become every emotion that you observe yourself being. You can be like, okay, this is making me feel this way. Why is this making me feel this way? What is it about what's going on that's making me feel like this? And observe the emotion and move past it. Every single emotion is temporary. All of them is temporary. Is gonna be up and down, up and down. Like what? Like one emotion gonna come, you gonna live in it, or you gonna observe it for a second, and it's gonna pass. And that's why we have to actively try to seek being in whatever emotion we want to be in. You know what I'm saying? Because we can
Yeah.
stay in it with work, but emotions they pass. The feeling of the emotion. You buy me something, I buy you something, I give you some good dick, whatever. Like that shit. The feeling fades. You know what I'm saying? You gonna have to work on it to keep it. So you know.
But how long did it take for you to like consciously understand that? Because a lot of people don't. know how to do that and don't know how to
Shit.
process that in real time. So unless they have someone that unless they go out looking for it and like actually pursue it, or unless they have like a mental therapist or life coach or whatever, or unless they literally have someone like you that can give solid advice, a lot of people don't know how to work through those. They don't have those. They don't know how to utilize the tools and the resources to be able to do that.
That's understood. That's why I feel like, this podcast is very important because we put out, real consumable information. You know what I'm saying? That we put out shit that's for life, for your life to like you can apply what we tell you immediately and see immediate changes. Immediate. If you want to change the way you think about something. You want to change your situation, you know what I'm saying? Just change the way you think about it. Change the way you view it, change the way you handle it, and you know what I'm saying, and watch how, you know what I'm saying, your situation just changed. Like we was talking earlier, the thing like when you don't think about stuff, it kind of like fades away from you, and that's even it could be something that you did every single day, and you be like, yo, I don't want to do this no more. That shit faded right away, like it don't even exist to you no more. Like you know what I'm saying, so. It's as simple as saying I want to do this or I don't want to do this, and you know what I'm saying, staying true to self. So, but yeah, you are right, Saudi. A lot of people don't have that, and I mean, but I can't like really be sorry for them because we are in an age of information. You know what I'm saying? And
I don't.
information is so abundant, and it's out there for everybody. So,
But when I said that last week about the insurance, the health insurance, and being able to get a therapist, that was so hard for y'all to, not all of y'all, but that was hard for some of y'all to wrap your hand around. But that's basically what she's saying now, though,
what's that?
is that the information is out there. It just depends on how bad you want it, essentially.
Exactly.
I don't think
Exactly.
nobody thought made it difficult to wrap their head around. It wasn't that. It was more so that yeah, the information is out there, but it's not as openly displayed.
So I mean, it could be the same thing for this young man, because
Yeah,
I
and
emphasize
then
on
in that case,
sympathize
and I can
with you.
say yeah for him. But if we're talking about this dude that before he decided to try to do the narrow route and try to be a good guy, so to speak, or try to just have a job and not try to be out here hustling and grinding, who knows how long he was living that type of life prior to. So him talking the way he's talking, it sounds like what he's doing is very new to him.
Hmm.
So he's just more so. It sounds like he's just more so venting to the new.
Right.
That's all that is. It's like, yeah, he can have somebody to talk to, but because what he's doing now is outside his lifestyle that he was in, the lifestyle that he's obviously trying not to be in, that would also involve him no longer hanging around the same guys that are still in that lifestyle. So if he had nobody, if everybody he hung around with and talked to was a part of that type of lifestyle that he's trying to lead, then more than likely, yeah, he don't got nobody to talk to right now. It's just one of those things that he just got to thug it out or like really either go through the motions of getting used to the new environment he's in and also try to meet the people that's in this environment. I just think him venting in that moment is just him venting to the new. He just started this marathon, so he's just gotta explore with the new environment that he's in and just meet the new people that's in that environment. There's people there. He just ain't comfortable enough to try to meet them yet. That's all.
Right.
See, I didn't get
That's
that.
real.
I didn't take nothing like how you viewed that whole video. I didn't view it like that. Like I didn't feel like he was he was coming out this whatever lifestyle. Like I just felt like as a man, I feel like he's finally going into the world and he's realizing real life shit and have real life problems. And he probably comes from an environment where motherfuckers do not talk about vulnerability. They don't talk about emotions. So I get what you're saying, but mm,
I think the answer somewhere in between. But to CJ's point, what I do find is that
and don't be
young
tilting your head like that at me, CJ.
I mean, cause
I,
don't
A
look.
disclaimer,
I'm
I did say I'm coming down with something. So, my mind may be a little foggy.
mm-hmm.
yeah. Venus, what's up, love? You with us?
I think she's muted.
Hmm.
Hey y'all, how y'all
Hey
doing?
Venus.
Yeah.
What's up?
How you doing?
Hi people. Oh
Hey,
shoot.
Bacon.
Hi,
Hey,
Mr.
look,
Who's
y'all
Williams.
know,
that? Mr.
William. What's
William.
up,
every
bro?
time I always talk about it. Hey, look, this book right here, this shit right here is dope. This is a dope book. Everybody should get it. 44
Oh, you might
Laws
have to
of
slide it over. We
Peace.
can't see it. Oh, there you go. 48 Laws of Peace. Yep.
Hi, Mr.
44.
Williams.
Hey, what's going on?
I just wanted to say I agree with Saud. Is that how I say her name? Saud.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Uh, yeah, I feel like he just had a rude awakening.
Mm.
Like he just had a moment of like, wow, I really don't have nobody to talk to for real. But what I wrote in the chat, is it his fault? Because I want to say like we kind of our relationships are a product of us. I want to say so. If you don't have people around you who can offer that kind of substance, are you that kind of friend who offers that kind of? You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
you're probably surrounded by people who are like you. So it's not a bad thing. I actually think it's a good thing him coming to the realization because then he can, have a new perspective. But I think he needs to just maybe get around different types of people now that he knows, like, because that's sad. Like, if you don't even have a friend that you can call at 2 a.m. because you just want to break down and cry, like, everybody should have that friend. And the
Yeah.
fact that you have one, yeah, that says something about you too, though, to be fair.
And then
Right.
it also like I feel like it also can be like with this realization. I feel like he's like realizing, like, because I even had to do it with some people that I'm around, like, damn, like you really just a surface level thinker, like, and sometimes it do take a little longer to catch on depending on where you at in life. So
Mm.
he might really just gotta find new friends.
Wait, and I agree with him too, though, because I've had those same moments. Like,
Yeah.
damn, when I'm really going through something, exactly what he said, they're all going to give you very surface level. You got this.
Keep your
Mm-hmm.
head up.
Be good.
I mean, what do people like? Most people don't, like y'all said, don't have the advice, or like they want to be good friends to you, so they trying to listen, and they can only give you what they got. So it's
Right.
like
No,
you
that's why I
want
said,
them to have the right answers for some shit that you don't know yourself. Like, you know what I'm saying? So not
yeah.
you per se. I'm just saying, but like,
No, I'm saying,
that
yeah,
might be
that
all
would
the person know to say. They might not know how to approach you because you called them at 2 in the morning crying about some shit, like about life, where they looking at it like, nigga, that's just life type shit. They don't want to tell you that. Like, you know what I'm saying? But
well, that's
you know
why
what
I
I'm
said
saying?
he should get around better people because there are people, just because some people can't do it. That ain't everybody. Some people
Yeah,
can.
I'm
I was
saying
about
that
to
don't
say
make
I
that
feel
don't
like
make I
it's
mean, so if a person can do it, that make them a better person.
Uh,
no.
in those regards, I would better for that, right? Like if let's say I want to talk about finance, right? What that's how I say it. You might be the better person to call for that because that's what you're good at, right? So not like they're better, not saying better than people in general, but there are certain people who are just better at certain things.
So I'm
Um,
saying, but how can you choose your friends off of that though? Like friendship, I
well,
don't feel like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
well, I
friendships
think
ain't based.
you could have like you know how you probably have friends right now. You know who to call if you want to go out. You know who to call if you need to, talk about something personal. He needs different people around.
Right. He
Yeah,
need he need a more variety of
yeah,
friends,
maybe
basically.
that's a better way.
And
Yeah.
then he only have, like, he from the hood, so he only got hood niggas that he hanging around right now. Like, you
So
know what
he
I'm saying?
needs to
He
find
been
good niggas that's trying to reform just like him.
right.
Easier said than
Exactly.
done, but I get
But
it.
what's the hood
Nah,
thing?
he need an OG nigga around that's going, that understood the streets and understood, like, you know what I'm saying, the reform. So you know what I'm saying? Like, having an OG that made the decisions and seen the results of the decisions is very important. You know what I'm saying? Especially if they made the decisions two, three, four times and they see multiple results or multiple decisions. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I mean, that I think you gonna get more so of an answer like, bro, we got this, bro. We gonna figure it out, bro. You know what I'm saying? If you hanging around the same niggas that y'all going through the same process, you know what I'm saying?
So my question is, where do you
Y'all can
find it at?
relate. Oh,
Where
my
do you
bad. Go
find
ahead.
it? No, where do you find it at?
Where do you find what at?
OG. So for me, when you say OG, I feel like you just talk about like just a older person that has knowledge or wisdom.
Yeah,
So
that's what
would
I'm
that
speaking
just
about.
be like if he can't get an OG, would that look like a life coach?
It would be
Basically.
anybody that has more understanding than him, more to give, more to pour into him. There, like you say, a person that's just gonna say, keep your head up, chin up, chest out, like you know what I'm saying.
Yeah,
So
because that shit gets
you
tiring
can't
here after
speak
a
with the
while.
people.
Go ahead.
That's what I used to tell my daughter all the time, right? I'm like, you be having problems about this or that, and I tell you, you know what I'm saying, how to, you know what I'm saying, how to go about it, but you don't want to hear that because, whatever, you want somebody to kind of concede to how you feel, like more so, like, but they only gonna tell you baseline. Y'all got about the same amount of knowledge,
Yep.
so she
Yep.
can't carry you further than that. Y'all just gonna still be on that same level, like, then.
What about therapy? I think she mentioned that earlier.
Yeah, I
Like,
think therapy is definitely like, but I think what's like more important than therapy is having a therapist that you can really talk to openly and honestly. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because without, like, if you get with a therapist that you got to still be bottled up, like, it shit is pointless. Like, you know what I'm saying?
it
Like, you
takes
More.
gotta
time.
have somebody that you really, really trust. I mean, I ain't gonna say really, really
That's the
trust,
truth.
but that you can kind of connect with and feel
Yeah.
like that you can just, you know what I'm saying, pour that shit out. Like, for real.
That it just like when you do look for a therapist, it's like oh, I wasn't even going to put the analogy that I was going to use. I don't even know what analogy I want to use. But when you're looking for a good therapist, it's like finding a hairstylist. Like you may have to shop around before you find someone that you can relate to.
Well, no, anyone who's been in therapy will tell you that. It's sorry, Miss William. It's like a relationship. Just because you get this one therapist, you don't have to stay with them. If it's not a good fit, you might have to go
Yeah.
through a few, and then you find. A lot of people will tell you they've had to do that.
Yeah.
It's like it is a relationship. Like he said,
And
you want to be comfortable, you want to trust them, so it
I
might take a bit of work.
oh sorry.
That's one of the reasons why I wanted to come up because, I always preach about mental health and what I went through. And, they have 1-800 numbers. So you can call and talk to a hotline in 24 hours a day. And so you can find someone that you're comfortable with online, on the hotline. But like I do tell people though, if you're gonna do therapy, you have to be transparent and tell the truth. That's the
Right.
only
Yeah.
way you're gonna get help. Because if you're just calling somebody just to hear what you want to hear or agree with you, it's not gonna help you. You'll
Right.
still be stuck where you're at. The
Yeah.
one thing I seen with the young man though, life just woke him up.
Mhm.
So he felt overwhelmed because he's looking at everything, but now he's seeing, now I'm a man. This is what normal men got to go through.
Right.
I don't work. It looked like he worked a swing shift. So now he's off. Everybody else is even screwing around. Are they in bed? So that's when it hit him. Like, damn, I'm a man. So the only thing he could do, he could get that out, and then you talk to somebody in the morning when you get up. Calling somebody on that end, that's nobody's responsibility but his own now.
That's
Even
that's
though
what
it
I was saying.
feels overwhelming, but it's his responsibility until he talks to somebody and then tell them the truth about how he truly feels.
I
It's
gotta
not
unpack.
about his
But
friends.
then that's do you feel like after he tells somebody his truth that that's their responsibility?
No, it's just
It's
their
never anyone
responsibility
else.
to listen.
Mhm.
See,
Right.
one of my sons, right, he was 21 and he really didn't know if he wanted to work or go to school. But my rule was if you're not working, you're going to school. If you're not in school, you're working.
Mm.
But when he came to me, he said, Daddy, I've never felt like this before. And I asked him what it was. he was overwhelmed because he was trying to figure it out. I said, there's nothing wrong with that. He said, I told him, I've been there. I'm not knowing, because sometimes it's the not knowing.
Yeah.
You want to grow up. We done told you everything. We done taught you this, taught you that. Now it's time for me to be out on my own, and I got to figure it out. Those are the conversations you have. But he just felt overwhelmed. He never had to worry about anything. You have your grades, you have all of that. But then once he got to be out in the workforce for a few years, it started hitting him. And it's fine. It's just a normal thing. Some people, they'll take it like it's negative, but it's really not. It's really normal, especially, y'all know we've been in manhood, and sometimes life might be going 100 miles an hour. So we don't look at that moment when it happened. But when it's slow and you look at it and you're like, damn, oh, man, damn. And that's what hit him. It's nothing wrong with it. It's just a normal emotion. That's what you really want. He's been running the streets. He's did all of that. Now he's getting his life on track. And now he got to see what a real man goes through. Not no hood shit, not no nothing. I had to go and punch in the clock, and I had to come home. Because that's majority of what men do when you work all day. You come home and you got to de-stress.
Mr. Williams, I got a question for you, bro.
Yeah.
Can you speak to the ending of the video when he was like, yo, I don't want nobody to tell me to keep my head up? Like, what do you think? What do you think that comes from, and what do you think that he would need? Is it that he's just not aware that this is regular, or
he
why
really
would he say that?
He really wants it. He really wants somebody to just kind of pat him on the back a little bit.
Okay.
Keep your head
So
up.
You think he likes the
He
platitude?
wants silent encouragement, but he really wants to hurt. He wants encouragement, but he really, but he says he doesn't want it. Think about it. He made a video. So
I disagree. I disagree with that.
I was about to say, I disagree a little bit too.
He wants more than that. That's what I heard. Yeah,
like, he wants to learn how to process these emotions and like how, because this is one thing that I said to Strutter the other day, and this Queen T just said this, like, when you face depression or whatever life, like, it's something that you are constantly going to be faced with. You just learn how to overcome it, and you just learn how to work through it. So this is what I was saying earlier. If you don't have those techniques, then it's like, what do you do?
Yeah, that's why.
That's what I'm saying though. Like, think about it. I had went through this in 2020.
But what did you tell your son? What can you say it again? What did you tell him?
You talking about when it was my son? I broke it down to him. I just told him that's a normal feeling to feel overwhelmed because I've been when I was when they was born, I was overwhelmed.
But even that, right? That was empathy, right? That wasn't you got this, keep your head up. So you see what I'm saying? He's looking for more than those surface level answers that he's been getting. That's why he don't want to call the people he can call. That's why he doesn't want to. He wants
whoever he calls at that time of night, he's probably gonna go outside and get into something.
Right.
I think you're missing my point.
No, but I do get that. He want, like you say, more of a solution, or somebody to like
understanding.
Like some type of like
he just
help
wants
me
to
figure
vent it
this
out.
out. Am I tripping? Am I doing? Is this shit the right way I'm
Moral
supposed to be
support.
feeling? Like what's going on with me? Why am I like? Because you gotta think, like, if you thugging, you probably like bringing in some bread, like, you know what I'm saying? Like every night he probably can count a rack or
Why
two,
do
like,
y'all
you know what I'm saying?
why do y'all think this man was a thug?
I was thinking the same
He
thing.
said he was outside.
The lingo. No, he kept saying gang. He kept saying gang.
Yeah.
Do
You
you
didn't
know
pay
how many
attention to
kids
gang.
say that now, though? My sister says gang.
Usually when you saying that, you got a little bit more of a street mentality than you have just a normal one.
I mean, I understand it,
Kept
but
on
I'm just
saying
saying,
it was gang every other couple
every two breaths. It was like,
He probably gang for
yo,
real.
gang.
Like.
But that's, I'm telling you, if you would talk to my sister right now, she's going to either say gang or bro.
Well, we
Understood.
know,
I think
but that's just trend setting stuff. But if you really pay attention on what did he say? It's 2:30 in the morning, and he used to be a street dude, and now he's finally getting a 9 to 5.
Yeah.
You could just tell. Sometimes you can't look at it. Sometimes we make it too hard when all you got to do is just look at it and listen, and you
Yeah.
can just tell.
I got
I
one
think that's what's
popular
good.
opinion, Strata, before you move on.
Mm-hmm.
It's interesting, okay? Tell me what you think. Unpopular opinion. If he had a woman that he was treating right, he would have had somebody to call at 2 a.m. But I digress.
Oh no, you hit on something that we actually talked about earlier with the food shit, Venus. That's what's crazy when you said that.
Right.
I just said that when a man
O'clock.
is in a
My
good,
woman
healthy
should have called
space
me at 2 o'clock.
and he finds a woman that can help him with the intangible things he don't have to speak, that the things he has to focus on becomes easier because the small intangibles are taken care of. The little things, like you said, because let's take this young man for example. Let's say the things that stresses him on the way to work is, damn, did he pack his lunch for the day? Shit, did he forget his badge because he did last week and he gonna be late? Damn, he got enough gas in his car. Did he get this right? Now you got a woman with you that you know. I just picked my bag up. Shorty got the badge on the inside because you know I'll forget it. She already packed the lunch for me because she know how the fuck I be doing. She know I'll be eating. She gonna call me in the middle of the shift and be like, "Yo, hey, make sure you eat." Da 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 da. And to your point, Venus, this is where that companionship is very important when you do feel those alone times
Hell
where you
yeah.
can't reach out
Think
because that
about the
old lady,
panel.
you feel me?
Think
Say
about
what?
this panel. Do you notice only the two women are in disagreement, meaning we have a different view on these things, right?
Uh
We
huh.
see this a whole nother way than you, right? We're
Right.
like, oh, he needs empathy, he needs understanding. We know how to recognize those things, right?
That
So
makes
he's
sense.
calling his homeboys who don't know how to do that. And he
That's
doesn't
it.
have a good relationship with a woman who cares about him enough who would be able to do that for him.
That is fair.
And I
Don't seem
also
like he
do
got a
say
good relationship with
that
nobody that.
y'all know in the Discord, that, like I say though, a man should have a female friend or
Right.
some
Absolutely.
female friends. That way you could get that. You usually if you got a good female friend, you can call them at 2:30 in the morning. And they'll talk to you because usually some of them might be bored or they just want to help.
And now,
I mean,
Mr.
it
Williams,
varies.
don't
It
call
just
me
varies.
at 2 o'clock in the morning. Like, no, I'm joking. Y'all can call me.
Or like you said, go back in
Murray,
Discord, man.
like,
But
leave me alone. I'm getting murdered. Leave me alone.
I think, like you said, those intangibles, Venus, to your point, when you're dealing with somebody that is invested in it with you, these are the things that the value that comes out that don't get spoke about as frequently as they should be. Because most of life is nuanced anyway, right? Most of this shit is absolutely trying to make it feel. But just having somebody that you know fuck with you and can do the small intangibles to make your day a little less lonely, to make your work day, the hours at work go a little bit faster because there's things that now are of ease because you got somebody that really fuck with you. That's really what it be about. These are the things you can't quantify.
Mm-hmm.
I can't articulate to somebody that want to be single like that value. I can't measure it in any way that'll make it make sense to you. If you want to be single, right? But those little nuances are, I don't know. I don't even know how to even begin to mine that out enough to where people be like, damn, I wasn't thinking about it that way.
If they don't get it, but if you don't see the value in having somebody that comes in and wants to, you know what I'm saying, better you and wants to be that friend and partner, then, I mean, it really ain't that you can tell them. Like, you know what I'm saying? That I mean, that's
Yep.
a valuable asset, bro, to really have somebody on your team that you can download information or you can download your day or you can bounce ideas off of, and you know what I'm saying? Like that shit means something. Like,
And then I think we got to look at the fact that some people just run a lot of people out of their lives too, by their
mm,
behavior,
That's a
by their
part.
attitude,
mm,
their temperament. You know, there's so many nuances to it because a lot of people do burn bridges,
That's a fact, bro.
and a lot of people get fed up with people's poor behavior,
right.
especially when
Mhm.
you help them. You
Them
know,
Yeah.
ABAs, man.
you
Action,
know,
behavior, attitude.
I
Action,
have
behavior, attitude.
a lot of family off of that, and you know, people can use that. Oh, that's your family. Nah, No,
That's a
God
bar.
made them my relatives. I create my own family.
I
Facts.
like that. I like
So
that. I like
I
that, Mr. Williams.
always say, Mr. Williams, that family ship is a cop out.
yeah,
Damn.
because people will abuse it. Family will abuse it. They know if they can keep on knocking on your door late in the middle of the night, drunk, whatever. I need this. I need that. I need to sleep on the couch. Don't play that. I stopped doing that years ago, man. Stopped doing it years ago.
Hey, CJ, you muted, brother.
It's a thin line between patience and wasting time, what they used to tell me.
Ain't that right? Ain't that the truth, man? I love it, man. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. But so let's kind of walk down the intangibles even more. Hey, CJ, earlier you were trying to talk. It's like you're off mute, but we couldn't hear you, bro. Give us a test real quick. Can't hear you. Maybe pop out and come back in because I didn't want you to think we were talking over you. I kind of saw you. I was like, bro, I don't think he know we can't hear him. Respectfully. And I see you off mute, but he'll come back. But yeah, make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, man. I thought that was a very powerful and interesting video, bro. I hadn't really gave it much thought past when I first saw it. I did know that I do remember having that same feeling at some point in my life.
You hear
And
me
then
now?
yeah, I hear you now, bro. What were you saying?
Oh, I was saying, Mr. Williams said, sometimes you gotta cut off your family when they be calling you drunk, you're fucked up, at old dark early in the morning. But Saudi already said that we can call her at 2:30 in the morning. So I'm gonna save that trump card just for the hell of it. I'm gonna blow her fucking phone up at 2:29, goddamn AM. And then
And
as
look,
soon as she answers, she be like, "What's going on?" Nothing. I just want to verify you called. You go answer the damn phone. That's
and as
all.
soon as you call and get off the phone, let me know so I can call it right back to back.
On God.
I'm gonna be on D&D.
Hell yeah.
Yo,
But it
But
that's
was
I ain't,
really
funny.
good.
but I support the statement though. Like I got a pretty my family, my mom's side ain't that big. Ain't but so many of us, but it's pretty big on my dad's side. Now on the dad's side of the family, hey, they support each other, but they also, they hold each other accountable too if you slip and fall or whatever, or you fuck up. But on my mom's side, that's Bertiz.
Oh, real
It's
shit.
pretty, yeah. They look, you get it. Boy, like it's hey man, it's glass, nails, and cotton. So it's just like you gonna get cut, stabbed, or you're gonna fall on something soft. It all depends on who it is. If you from around the way, you know what glass, nails, and cotton mean. One or the other gonna happen to you in your own family, and sometimes by the same person, depending on what season they in. So it's definitely one of those you gotta be very mindful about the family that you're with. Sometimes they good for you, and sometimes they the very things that could ruin your life.
Yes, I agree.
Okay. I like it a lot, man. I got like 3 or 4 more real interesting videos. I'm trying to find the one that
Go ahead, man. I'm up now.
yeah, like this one was so fucking dope, bro. I'm trying to give me 1 second. I might have to shift gears real quick because I thought there was another one that was pretty interesting. The video that I was trying to find was talking about how you show up as different versions to people differently at different points in your life and theirs. Like, for example, do y'all accept that you are the bad guy in somebody's story?
Oh, I know
Hell
I'm the bad
yeah.
guy. I like being the bad guy. Make me the bad guy.
That's what I'm saying. What
You
do y'all
need
do with
people like
information
me
like that? Like, how does that
to
You
make you
point the
feel?
need
finger
you
at.
need you need motherfuckers like me in your life.
To point the finger at and say, look, there go the
You
bad guy
like
over
like
here.
for real, like from and I'm not and I know it sounds crazy, but I be saying that shit to people. Like I already told you, like majority of my friends are female. But guess who's the main motherfucker they go to when they want advice? Me. You know why? Cause I ain't cutting no corners. I ain't beating around no bush. I don't sugarcoat a motherfucking thing. I tell them, all right, what's going on? What happened? I dissect the fuck out of it. And I be like, is that it? Is that everything? All right, cool. So this is what it is. Either he fucked up, or you fucked up. This is what you did. This is what you should never done. Why'd you say that? This screenshot you just sent me, you dumb as hell for saying that. You should have just said this. Like, you really gotta tell people what they really need to hear. Because what the problem is that people give cloudy advice. Does that
Okay,
make
tell me
sense?
more.
Like they give advice, but it's so much shit missing that to them, because you gave advice and because you their friend, they think they're just gonna take what you give them and just go with it. You didn't give them enough. You didn't tell them exactly what they need to hear. You gave them a little bit and they ran off with it, and then they come back beaten up and battered, something like it didn't work, or they come back crying like, oh, they failed. That's because you didn't give them the right advice. You didn't give them enough. You didn't tell them what they really need to hear. So you need guys like me that's gonna downright tell you
But
this is it. Like, and whatever you do with that information, I'm gonna cuss your ass out when you come back to me because you did something else.
the only thing I would say about that though, CJ, like when you trying to school a person or put person on game, it's like when you damn learn how to box, right? If a motherfucker teach you how to jab and you would go out there thinking you can whoop somebody's ass because you know how to damn jab, you fucking up. You need that ass whooping to teach you. You need some more punches in your repertoire. Like, you know what I'm saying? Some
That's a
defense,
fact.
some other shit. You feel me? So yeah.
How much?
People
But
be trying to move too fast. Go ahead, my TP me.
are you good, brother? Let's go with either Venus or Saudi. How important is it to you all? Like, all right, let's say for the women, right? Is it important that the world sees y'all consistently the same way, or do y'all carry the same level of care we do about being the good guy and the bad guy? Like, how important is that to women today? How they're viewed consistently by everybody? Do y'all give a fuck like that? Do y'all not care? Has it been instilled in y'all differently than us?
Yeah, I don't
I'm,
give.
I
I am.
don't know.
I
Hey,
am
Rich,
who I
man.
am. So everybody has a past. Everybody has mistakes. So as long as I can sleep with myself at night, I'm fine.
Okay.
But
Mm.
Venus, what you
but
think?
I try not to be the bad guy in situations from prior experiences.
So your question one more time? I don't know if I understood it.
Oh yeah, you good. So when it comes to men and
Fuck
women,
was that with
right?
my name on it?
So when it comes to women, Venus, do you think that in mass
You damn right.
women care to be consistent with how the world views them, or do you think that they don't mind being the bad guy as much as a man would?
Well, I think most women don't want to be seen that way, but you ask me personally, I don't care.
Mhm.
I don't care because
I know that's right, Venus. Step
I
on next.
don't care because I care about honesty. Like straight up, I really care about what's true. So people will make you feel like the bad person for telling the truth. And I'm not saying you need to be brutally honest. And there's a time and a place. I'm not saying just because something's true, you need to blurt it out. It's not what I'm saying. But I'm
Right.
saying people will make you feel bad for addressing the truth, right? So because of that, I can't care what everybody thinks. There's a lot of liars around. There's a lot of people who can't face reality. So I'm supposed to acquiesce myself to for them to approve of me when they don't approve of the damn selves. No, I can't do that. Now, I gotta
Mhm.
operate how I think. But do I want to be the bad guy? No. I only want to be the bad person to people who are bad to me. But I'm not like, yeah, I want to be the no, I don't want to do that. I just don't mind if that's what needs to be done.
Mm.
Shit. So you see how
Mm.
that go back to what we were talking about, Strata, in the beginning about women, you know what I'm saying, having that streamline of good and being pleasant and all that shit. Like,
Yes.
Most
Most
women I
definitely.
think will though. Like I really do think most women are not like me. Let me be honest. I don't think they are. I think most women do care about being pleasant. They do want to be viewed. They want people to look at them in a positive way. I think that is most women.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think that that dictates how they show up in the world. And I think even for men, I think that it's become something that we men in mass have taken more stock into caring about how you're viewed, which is why in these conversations sometimes it becomes so hard for a man to be honest about where his true level of understanding is because he know based on what you subscribe to, you don't want to be the one person over there that's not accepted because you said an alternative thought, or God forbid you actually understand how the fuck to talk to a woman. You know what I'm saying? If the people around you don't think that way, you know what I'm saying, do you look quickly become ostracized, in these types of conversations, at least on the internet, right? So I think that to Venus's point, yeah, I do think that women care more to be the good guy, but I do think that men care to seem to be the good guy to their echo chambers too, which is a weird concept because there was a time to where, hell, me, Wardy, CJ, and Playboy can all disagree on some shit, but we not finna argue about it for 4 hours. We just accept it as, all right, these niggas just don't agree. We shrug and we just keep conversation pushing. You heard me?
Them
But
niggas crazy. The my
yeah,
dog.
like, yeah, that shit crazy. We just had to agree to
No,
disagree.
fuck that. I'm gonna argue with all you motherfuckers.
You feel me? Like,
I'm
and it
argue with all
really,
you. I ain't gonna argue with Mr. Williams because you know he a OG in my eyes. So when
right.
it come to old heads, I'm gonna say about 2-3 times when I realize that nigga ain't he's a brick wall. I'm like, all right, we go just let that nigga be in his own little world. That's you a Bodie Strada like, I'm like Mr. Williams. He an old head, so it's just like he too
Only,
OG. Like he's that's it. He's just
only,
him. Ain't shit getting buzzed out of that. Like that's a fucking
didn't
mountain right
get
there. He
y'all,
ain't
man.
moving.
I didn't even get y'all, man. I
Yeah,
know I
he ain't budget for nobody,
respect
boy.
y'all,
So you
man.
just gotta let that mountain just stay there.
It's a move around that shit.
I
But I
know,
do.
I know, I got
Go ahead.
some issues at times, but what you were saying though, that's why, like in my older age, man, I just don't give a damn. I done tried to hear everybody out in certain situations, even when I knew it could go bad and it would go left. And then I'm in the middle of some shit. Or I'm just gonna tell you the truth. I don't have time for it. Now, depending on the audience, whether I'm dealing with my granddaughters, my child, all of that type of shit, they females. I'm not gonna come at them the same way as a male. But when they ask me the truth, I'm gonna tell them the truth. I'm not gonna make them feel down, but I will tell them the truth because you actually came to me because you know I'm gonna tell you. So there's no point in me sugarcoating the shit and then you go out here and you make the wrong mistake because I gave you another option. So I want to give you the real option. I'm gonna tell you, hey, you walk through this door, hey, it's 16 guns, player. You ain't coming out alive. Or you go through this one and you straight. You ain't gotta look over your shoulder. You know, that's the biggest things. Like sometimes y'all know that analogy, which I hate it at times. The stove is hot. Fuck that! Don't touch the damn stove. Period. Just don't.
But when do
Like
we get
don't
this
even
far?
go near it. Don't touch it.
But this the thing though, bro. Like, when do we get this far fucked up and warped in these conversations to where it's okay that I don't think like Mr. Williams, or it's okay that his advice to the young boy in the video is different. It's okay that we can like. When did it become this chaotic to where we could be like, damn, that that YN needed Venus. He needed a Venus and a Saudi's perspective with the context of the men that gave their advice. Like, y'all notice how when we had these conversations, we disagree. It's we don't be yelling and shit over here, right? Now we get excited, but like, why? What has made us come to YouTube with this much violent? Like, where do we fuck this up at? To
I th-
where disagreements are now wars. What happened?
I think
Because
it's ego booster for some people.
Say again.
I said I feel like it's an ego booster for some people.
Mm.
Okay.
I think because I go through this a lot, right? You see how before you said I was saying most people want to be viewed as good, right?
Yeah.
So in real life, most people, and I don't think it's any maliciousness behind it. I think most people they don't want to embarrass you or they don't want to hurt your feelings. So people have gotten in the habit of agreeing to bullshit, right? So
Oh.
you've been surrounded by people who agree to bullshit, maybe because they know how you are, they know your confrontation, whatever it is. So they let you say a lot of dumb shit. So now you believe it. And now you're on the internet, right? Around people who don't have no reason to lie to you. And it feels like a personal attack because nobody in your real life tells you that this shit sounds as stupid as it does.
Right. Yes.
Mm.
Remember what I
So
told
you
y'all
think
in the Discord? Transparency. If you just be open and honest, you'll get better results. Yes,
so
Lord.
you think that the chaos comes from most people go through never with anybody ever challenging their echo chamber?
Yeah, and a lot of things, ego too, right? Especially as a woman. Men do not like seemingly being proven wrong by a woman. So add that, they really mad. It just be a lot of things happening at one time.
I can see that. I can definitely see that. That makes a lot of fucking
I
sense.
say we went through that today in the Discord.
What happened?
I ain't about to name drop, but if you was in there, a squeaky voice character was going off on one of our OG ladies, and that shit went left pretty bad.
Mm-mm.
And it was literally because she corrected him, and he tried to say he was right, and then she put up a whole clip where she basically had receipts to prove that she corrected him, and then he kind of went on a very nasty rant that got bad. But
But then,
to your point, it was definitely his ego got stabbed with receipts of him literally saying something different in a clip, and he got in his feelings for like an hour and a half.
Jesus, man.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like to equals. I said to ego. I'm going to say to Venus. To Venus' point, like yeah, it's definitely of like a touch of ignorance and not being corrected by other people. But like what I've seen a lot of the times, it really be motherfucking egos. Like in the I don't know. I don't know if I want to say entitlement, but I think I want to say that too.
A little bit of entitlement. I got
Yeah.
a question for each of y'all because I know some of us we gonna wrap it up in a neat little bow. Can y'all tell me one thing? And this is round robin. Anybody can start, right? Like this conversation is just we kind of floating and brainstorming right now. Can y'all tell me one thing since we've been in this community that you have like? I thought this. I put this down and I picked that up because that was better. Can you just give me one example of something that you like? I originally had this thought. I heard, I debated with, I talked to, fill in the blank. It made me put this down and pick that up. Has that happened to y'all?
Well,
Are you talking about in terms of like all this like man versus woman wars, this whole Discord
Yeah.
thing, YouTube, all this shit?
Yep. All things considered equal.
Nothing.
Damn.
Nothing.
Halfway.
mine has been
Nothing.
like anecdotal experiences
Mm-hmm.
and how they how like I don't even know how I can explain it, but like how they don't really like add up to what you think. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's just a small perspective type shit. Like, and also too that our like where we come from is not normal and shit.
Yo, that
Like,
part, bro.
like
That
I
shit is
thought I
wild,
thought that shit was norm. Like that shit, like
bro.
hearing other people speak and talk and go through shit and they like that what we go through is definitely not normal, dog.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's my thing. I gotta bust a move though. You know what I'm saying?
Love, brother.
All right,
Peace.
bust a move, Wody. Later.
All right.
Do your
All right.
thing. Stay dangerous.
You already.
Um, for me personally, I don't feel like I've necessarily learned anything. Now I feel like because I already did the work and I learned a lot from y'all. Um, but when it comes down to like the other conversations, I don't feel like I learned anything. I just learned. Well, no, I'm not gonna. Okay. I'm okay. Wait, let me collect my thoughts. Hold on.
Yeah.
So
Well, take your time.
it's not that I haven't. Yeah, I got a little ADHD, so y'all gonna have to work with
Don't
me.
worry about
Nah,
it.
you good. You good. You know, we ain't tripping.
But I don't want to say I haven't learned anything as far as something where I was gonna like where I would take uh advice from, but I have learned how to deal with different people on different levels, if that makes sense.
Mm.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, me too. I've had to. I didn't realize how weird a lot of people was
Yes,
uh,
absolutely.
until I got online per se. I had been seeing it, but it's different when you're upper. And then I started realizing and understanding how people like to trap you. You know, the gotcha moments and stuff like that. So now I know not to get in those little traps and all of that. And
Yeah.
I can say one thing with him and my woman. They got me back into the Bible really heavy though, because my grandfather was my pastor and all of that, and I've been in the church all my life, but I had took a little breather. That was one of the things I wanted to correct with myself. So just him breaking down the Bible, and then with my woman, and she does acts of service and stuff, and I'm getting more involved into that. I've really, it helped me come around full circle.
Yeah, that is so nice. And thank you for pointing that out, because I haven't been able to make like any of the Bible studies, because I just like learning about different religions. But when he do drop like those gems about like, religion, it definitely makes sense, and it definitely do like, so I would say I learned from that aspect as well.
Yeah. I think similar to what y'all saying, I think that something that's not necessarily that I dropped and picked up, uh at least with him in particular, like him being a Hebrew Israelite and the way he speaks about keeping the commandments and trying to explore more of them. That's something that I thought was very, very interesting. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that I knew, like, I was aware. It wasn't like he was giving me new information, but it's like, based on his perspective on how he sees it. Yeah, I was like, I like that perspective. Let me walk that down a little bit more. You know what I mean? Like, me and the homies, we would already talked about the Apocrypha randomly before. Like, we were already kind of on that, but it's
That's
cool
what we
to
do.
hear. Like, okay, there's other people out here still, delving into this in a different way. So, I rock with the fact that, that's something he doesn't necessarily shy away from, right? And he's still able to have a secular conversation when needed. And I think that, trying to think of something else I've learned from just being back there. Oh, I think that there's certain people that when I go back and forth with, like when I have a genuine curious question, or just listening to how y'all talk about the things y'all apply in y'all life, there are things that it's like, oh shit, that's good. I need to pick that up. I need to use that for my daughter later. You feel me? Like when CJ talk about how him and his daughter interacting and certain questions he's asked, I'm like, oh shit, that's a good one. I'm gonna use that later. Or like Wardy or Bino, it's just certain things that where when people are talking, I'm so dialed into what they saying that I'm trying to find like, yo, how could this benefit me? How can I add this to my arsenal? What makes more sense? How do I sharpen what I got? So I don't know if there's any one thing that made me do a 180, so to speak. It's just a lot of little nuanced things. I'm like, oh shit, I can use that. You feel me? Ooh, I like that. That kind of worked for me type shit. So,
See, that's what I'm saying. Like when you put it like that, I ain't got nothing for you. I can't. As long as I've been doing this shit with the pod and whatnot, I ain't had a time where it was like somebody said something that made me want to reevaluate my life or look at things differently. At most, all I really ever did was I'm learning and acknowledging somebody else's perspective on something. That's it. Like I do like that. I like to hear. I definitely like to hear real younger people's perspective on this subject. I like to hear older people like Mr. Williams' perspective on this, even if they do they good old Mr. Williams get mad, cuss everybody out because they ain't listening. Even when he's doing that, I still be listening because even though he's cussing them out, he be like, "You motherfuckers don't listen. What I'm trying to tell y'all." Da, 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 da. But at the end of the day, while he's going on, I'm still like, all right, I'm still listening though. Like they going off, but I'm still listening because at the end of the day, he's still gonna say what he got to say, regardless of what the fuck they talking about. He's still gonna get it out, so they can go off all day. Unlike, like when I be hearing Venus, because Venus is one of the few ladies that she gonna just cut your throat, but she still gonna say what she got to say. So it's just like I want to hear it. So it's like I get to hear other people's perspectives on things, their point of views on things. I get to hear another experience that somebody else has had for something that I haven't experienced. But based off your question, nothing that they have ever said has made me say, let me take this and incorporate it into my life. I'm currently doing this. They said this. So let me stop this and upgrade it to this. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So and I'm not saying I'm like some perfect person or something like that. It's just how my dad has incorporated things in my life. Shout out to my old man. and how my mom has maneuvered me in life and put me in my mindset and how I carried myself throughout these years. And shout out to the military itself because that played a role also. I've just I ain't never been that guy that's like I haven't found the advice or the statement or the comment or the story that has made me be like, okay, what? Hold on. Let me try that. Let me shift. You see what I'm saying? So
I feel you. No, I
it just
understand.
hasn't happened for me yet. So I
I
guess
think
maybe it'll happen
One.
one day, but
Go ahead,
currently, nah.
Venus. What you got? What you got, Venus?
I'm sorry, you was done, CJ.
Yeah, I'm not. You got it.
Oh, I just wanted to kind of say what Mr. Williams said. I definitely actually got more into my Bible because of people online too. Like I'm in a whole PJs in there. Like on Saturday, we're in Bible study with people we met online, like all day. Like that's what we were doing, and so it kind of keeps us accountable.
Yeah.
So I
That's
really
dope.
appreciate that. Um,
That's right.
and I've learned some things about men. They're not nice things, but I didn't know. No, I legit didn't know men were so like fragile and sensitive and like reactionary. Like I just honestly went all these years of my life and I did not, that was not a thought. But the things that I've seen here has completely shifted the way I look at men. Um I also didn't know men were so um like shallow.
Mm.
Uh
I think that's honestly people in general.
Probably, right? But I had no idea. Like just when I listen to the men talk sometime and it's all about well, it's sex and it's sex first and all we want is sex and it's like they don't even look at women like people and I just didn't know. I don't know, maybe I was naive or I was in a bubble, but I didn't look at men the way I like they kind of tarnished how I look at men, if I could be honest. Like just hear too much. I think certain things before the internet that maybe women didn't know about to be fair, they shouldn't is a reason for that.
Okay, I see what
You know
you're
what I'm
saying.
saying? And
I
they
see
say
what
a
you're
little too much in public, and it just it starts to make you look at men differently.
saying. Do you think in mass the new things you've learned when you apply the new things you're learning to the men that you know around you, does it make you gain or lose respect for the men you know personally, Venus? Or is this just your overall perspective of men is just shifted some?
I don't lose respect for them. I just understand them better.
Oh, okay. That's
No, but I
fair.
don't lose respect for them.
That's fair.
It's just like a like that boy in the video. It's just a rude awakening. It's like, damn, that's all you
Right.
care about. It just I just have thoughts that I may not say, but I just look at them a little different.
But that's the whole thing with that Venus. It's the nurturing side of you. Where we might fail at that part, that's where it comes naturally for you all as women. So that's why it was good that we all got to look at it a different way because we got the male perspective and the female perspective.
Oh, I
And
don't think
that's,
you understanding me. It's not a positive look at them another way.
well, sometimes it can be.
Mhm.
Sometimes it can be. It's all a learning lesson anyway. That's what life is.
That's
One
a
thing
good one.
that I did want to add, with like the learning, like I'm still new in some of these environments, so when we have like these back and forth draining conversations, it's kind of hard to obtain anything from it. But like when we have the off conversations, like the Bible study, the stock talk, the business talks, that's where I can gain the information, and then because the business talk. Okay, one second. The business talks, they be dropping gems in there, so yeah.
I
What
get
is
it.
she talking about? Discord? You talking
Yeah,
about
she's talking
Discord?
about Discord.
Oh, okay.
Hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, because that be, you know, because even though, even on the panels at times we may go haywire, it's a little worse in the Discord. That's why I know where CJ's really coming from but sometimes I'll be in there for like 2 or 3 hours. I won't say nothing. And
Hmm.
then you say something and then somebody mentions me, y'all know sometimes I'm going to go where.
Right.
But and then sometimes I'm just going to keep
Oh,
it cool, you know, it varies.
That's fair.
I don't mind different perspectives. I just don't like feeling like this happens a lot with these conversations. in mid conversation when you realize you're talking to someone who's not being genuine, right? So it's like people who just want to argue just to argue, that's a waste of my time. Like, I don't want to go back. Like, if you genuinely stand on what you're talking about, we could go back and forth. That's how you feel. But once I could keep identifying, like, okay, you just want to be a contrarian just because, and that's annoying. Nobody wants to, like, what are we doing this for?
I can't
And then
stand
now
for
you don't realize you become the person that we can't trust. Because once you presented yourself as the person who argues just to argue, we never know what you really mean, where you ever stand. It just becomes a joke.
I don't like those leading questions. I don't like those leading questions, and they answering the whole question the whole time before you answer.
Yeah,
because you're trying to lead me, and you want me to say what you want me to say. That hurts.
Oh, I love those.
Annoying as shit.
I love those because
they're annoying.
I ain't gonna drop no names, but it's a lot of motherfuckers that do that. I love them though because the moment they do it, and I can tell that you're not trying to actually have a conversation, you're just trying to be right. I'm gonna call it out instantly and tell you no. Now let's go back to the main topic. Oh, we can go back. We are gonna go back. It's because you're not about to win this argument. We're about to have a conversation. I can't stand those people that do that, but it's easy to catch it when that's all you hear all day. Because when I'm in that Discord, majority of the day I don't say nothing because I'm at work. So I'm doing an excessive amount of listening, an excessive amount to the point I don't even have to look at my phone no more. I damn near got the voices down unless somebody new come.
Right.
So when they get to having those talks, I already can see the sentences where I could tell they're about to build up something just to prove their point. Hopefully that person stops it. No, they failed to do it. Oh, now it's a loud argument. Let me turn the volume on my phone. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's the routine. But I listen. So even when we're on our own podcast, like sometimes, like I do way more listening to the fellas and to the Saudi or whoever more than I'm just talking because I want to. Your brain is a receiver, so it's meant to take in information, compare the information to other relatable things, and then you yourself as the person have to decipher what this means now. How is this different? How is this the same? You know what I'm saying? So I'm so big on listening more than talking. That way, by the time I finally respond to something, I got like a more clear mind of like, I'm responding because I understand. And this is what I got out of that. You know what I'm saying? So when it comes to stuff like those leading questions, Mr. Williams, I love those. Because if you're right, I'll just simply just shut it down and be like, you got a point, shut up. But if I know that you're wrong, but you're trying to make yourself right, I'm about to have fun with this, especially on a panel or Discord, because I'm about to embarrass the fuck out of you. And then you got no choice but now to either blow up and be angry like they always do, or actually eat your ego and actually admit, all right, I can see you right. You got a point. Yeah, I know.
Exactly. Yeah.
Either way, I'm happy. Either you blow up and get mad because you couldn't prove your point because you were trying to curve it, or you actually concede to it. Either way, I'm happy. I love those.
Yeah.
Do you think it's anytime those questions are okay, Mr. William? Because I do that, but not for that reason. I do it sometimes.
I've seen you work.
I do it only if I feel like somebody genuinely doesn't understand the way I said it plainly, right? Because I'll say it plainly first. And if it feels like they don't understand, then what I try to do is walk them through how I got to the conclusion I got to.
Well, see, I have media training, right? So I generally know when they do it. So sometimes I just be like, well, you rephrase the question. And then they'll get frustrated. So then I'm playing with you. Like, rephrase the question. Why don't you ask it a different way? Because I know what you're doing. And then sometimes I just get so irritated with it. I'm like, dude, we're not doing this shit today.
Yeah, like, I'm just not even in the mood.
I know y'all seen me do that even Monday. Not doing this shit today, man.
Mr. Williams, you be cracking me up, yo. When you be on ham panels.
He be rolling. He's like, I already know.
He's like, y'all know how Mr. William is. Yeah, we do know. We about to turn up in 5 seconds. That's what we know.
Because I know this. Don't you know how they love to use that word disingenuous? You being disingenuous.
They say that for anything.
They say that shit because I know you being full of shit. Just like the respectfully, you don't.
And it's disrespect or after.
Like they think that you slow.
Yeah.
No. So it just, some of that irritates me. And then sometimes y'all see me, I'll just be right there.
Yeah.
And then I'll wait. I'll hope it goes. It doesn't go left, and then I'll help it go there, and so we can get it back.
Yeah.
So because it just depends on who's on the panels with you too. Once you done been around pretty much everybody who's coming up, I just know how to deal with them. But when I really have something truly to say, I really want that heard because it can help somebody. And I hate when they give misinformation. Y'all got these young dudes who actually are following on your every word. And that is so dangerous.
And
That
that's
is
sad.
dangerous power to have. And that's what really irritates me. And then I have to remind some of them, they do realize that some of my kids are y'all age. My oldest child is 32. CJ's 33. You get what I'm saying? Like some of them are the same age as my little brother's 33. But he's in prison.
The family unit messed the destruction of the family unit messed everything up. Because you know why I think a lot of people have a problem with you, Mr. Williams, to be honest.
What's that?
I think if they didn't grow up with an older male who was directing them and guiding them and telling them what to do and telling them when they were wrong, it's a very unfamiliar feeling. And they reject it.
This is why I fucks with you, Venus. You know I said this shit from Miss Will. You wasn't in there. It was like last week, bro. They was talking about old heads and how some of their words don't hold weight or some shit like that. And I was in the office at the time, so I had just enough time to like speak on it when they had dropped your name. And I was like, nah, y'all gotta chill because regardless of how Mr. Williams might sound like he crazy, if y'all actually listening to him, he be actually saying real shit. He just gotta say it louder because you motherfuckers just don't be listening. He thought he don't be saying nothing. I said, but if y'all niggas, he thought, do you really get something out of him, CJ? I said, yeah. I also had like a father figure. I got uncles. I got OGs that I grew up with back in a hood infested environment that still taught me shit. Like Mr. Williams just remind me of one of the old heads back home that they might have sounded loud, they might have sounded aggressive. Hey, look, back, Strata know I'm talking about. When you hit a certain age, we don't call you nothing else but either OG or old head. But it's not like a disrespectful thing for us. Like from what these other people is, when we call you that, it's a big deal for us. That's why I call you Mr. Williams. I ain't about to say Playboy Williams. I'm gonna say Mr. Williams. You see what I'm saying? So back like when I was trying to tell them in the Discord, I said like I grew up with a lot of older dudes. So when I hear Mr. Williams talk, I'm never thinking like, oh man, I ain't listen. I've never thought that way. I was just more so I wish these niggas would shut the fuck up so he could just say what he got to say without yelling about it and get it out the way. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of them ain't raised by older dudes. A lot of them ain't got no older male models. You know what I'm saying? Like Venus said. So that's why it don't click to them. So all they get is, oh, fuck this old head. So at the end of the day, I think my advice to you, Mr. Williams, and I get it, you be trying to get them advice. The moment they just try to brush you off because of your age, fuck it. Concede and just be like, you know what? It is what it is. Fall in the ditch, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? Because they just not gonna listen. They not.
But you know what, CJ?
Sometimes like you said, sometimes motherfuckers gotta touch that burning stove first.
Yeah. See, Monday after the show though, Arnold had said something before the show ended. So I went in and James wanted to have a conversation with me. And for a couple of weeks, James was trolling me. But we talked and because he really wanted to know where I was coming from. So then next day, me, Arnold, and James, and all of us that morning, we all had a good ass talk. And so everybody got to understand where I was coming from. What did I mean by certain things about how do you start off a relationship when things come across and all of that. So we just mined it out. I haven't had a problem with them no more.
James. He was raised by older people too, so it makes sense that if he's already admitted that if he feel like an older person just talking outside of the neck, he don't care what they got to say. But if he actually take time to listen to him, he's gonna come to you. So the fact he came to you, that means he knows that you're saying something. He just got to get y'all away from all the other mess.
Yeah, and he really did. He really came to me. He wanted to know. And then, Arnold and Shaq, everybody had that problem with that one show, but man, we all got to talk about it, man. It was really good, man.
Oh yeah. I think, like you said, man, we got miles and miles to go. I think we made some real good ground, man. I think that Still a lot to be desired, right? I think
Yeah.
we're still building it as we're flying in it. So, some things gonna stay, some things won't be around that much longer. You feel me? Like, but consistency beats it all. I truly believe that in most things in your life, consistency will definitely beat out anything that is temporary, anything that's really not supposed to be. I think that over enough time, consistency wins it all. I honestly believe that to be true. So, like I said, I'm excited to see what happens. But I just was curious on y'all thoughts. Like, since y'all have been around, was there anything that you picked up, dropped off, and like, oh shit, that sounds a little better than what I had. Let me see what this info. Oh, I don't really like that too much. Or like you said, I'm curious because of the way I process information. I'm curious how other people are perceiving the same things, right? Because in
And
my
I'm gonna tell
mind,
you this.
that's
Oh, one thing I did get out of this is this podcast right here, y'all. Thank y'all.
bad.
Y'all a breath of fresh air. That's why whenever I see y'all
Appreciate it, bro.
on,
Yeah.
it's crazy because I seen Bino on the Discord and I was leaving a message. I don't know if he was in there. I was like, "Are y'all doing a show tonight?"
Yeah.
So I had to find out because I got you,
Uh-huh.
subscribed and everything. And I'm like, wait a minute. So I had to find everything. I'm like, hold up, they've been on, and I was watching the basketball game. So I was like, man, damn it, game. I'll go back to that.
We
Laugh
appreciate
with
that,
y'all,
man.
man. And then my
Yeah.
baby Venus. See, Venus, when I first got that's my heart right there. Venus, Granville's ass too. Them
Right.
two, since I first started. Granville and
I don't
Venus.
even understand that combination. That is
I know it's
wild.
weird. It is weird, though.
Yeah, because I like loathe that man. I don't get it. I don't get what y'all see, but go off.
No,
That's
I
funny.
always tell Granville he is a cool asshole, but he is an asshole.
That is too funny, man. But we
It's
appreciate y'all
jelly.
coming, man. We appreciate
Oh,
y'all supporting, man. Like I said, that means a lot to us. I don't think y'all even understand how much it means to have watched y'all for so long before the concept of the SPS even came along, and then to be talking to y'all on YouTube, like that's dope shit. You know what I'm saying? It's humbling every time it happens. Like there's certain shit that I like. I don't know. I'm just very appreciative of it all, man.
I get happy when I see both of y'all in the Discord, you and CJ. I swear to God.
Appreciate that. That means a lot, bro. That means a
Yeah,
lot, man.
man.
Most of the time,
Oh
I'm
my
just
God, I
listening.
just like, oh, there might be some intelligence going on in there.
Some intelligence.
Some intelligence
They
in
be
this
trying to
one.
say, they said, "Them Carolina boys be smart."
No,
We
for
ain't.
real, Mr. Williams. That's how I used to feel when I was in there. If I see Strata, I know, like, yeah, it's like certain people. You're like, okay, this might actually be a good conversation.
I try to
That's
listen,
serious.
man, and just contribute best
It's
as I
like them.
may.
What? You saw I had to change the name in the Discord and call myself CJ the calm one because they kept saying smart CJ and dumb CJ. I was like, I don't want y'all to do that, man. Don't.
I was in there
I ain't his
yesterday.
best friend, but I don't want y'all to be just out here calling him dumb CJ. I changed the name. They ain't changed shit. They be on the live calling him dumb CJ the Discord. Dumb CJ was like, what's CJ talking right now? It's the dumb one. Like, oh, I don't want to hear him. Oh,
I, I was there for all of that the last 2 days,
they be
and
all on that
said
on
the
him
dumb one. I
live
said, "Oh
saying the
Lord."
dumb CJ. I'm like, that didn't
Hey,
change nothing.
y'all all coming to Atlanta?
No, I gotta get in touch with him. What I found out tonight, I got a family obligation that I can't miss, and it's my baby side. They throwing us a damn engagement dinner. The fifth.
Okay. Yeah, you gotta be there for that. You heard
Oh, I know.
me.
And the patriarch of the family is doing it, so that's
Yeah,
our
you
uncle.
yeah, you got voluntold that you can't come.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, pretty much, yeah. And he's the deacon of the church too. So
Oh yeah, yeah. That's a given, man. Like I said, bro, congratulations again, Mr. Williams.
yeah,
You
man,
know what I'm
thank
saying? I don't think I've told you personally, man, that makes me feel good, bro. Like, you were consistent even in your messaging. Like it's consistent optimism that's balanced. And you now are walking into the next phase where it's like, yo, I promise y'all it works this way. I'm telling y'all it works this way. I got somebody I'm working with this way. We're going the next step. It's like, yo, that's what the fuck it's about. You know what I'm saying? The resiliency to keep trying and the balance to know that what you want is on the other side of being consistent.
Yeah.
So
Cause I have to
salute.
get out of my own damn way and just say, hold up, man, that's my baby. Like I
Right.
gotta find her. Hey, I put in work and then she's equally doing it. So it's so damn fun. But I have no weight on my shoulders like I used to.
That's what's
That's
up,
the
bro.
dopest shit for me. And she just embraced the baby girl, man, like you wouldn't believe. She didn't have to. She had to deal with nobody that got kids
Right.
and adjust her schedule and it just now it's working out.
Yeah, and we definitely gonna have enough fun for you, Mr. Williams, and your
Hey, y'all.
fiance, and everybody that is gonna be at that uh party. We gonna have enough fun for all of y'all. I promise that. Stories galore. Like I said, I'm super excited for Atlanta. I got Aruba that next weekend. I'm getting ready for that. I'm about to turn the fuck up for about the
Oh
next
yeah.
2 weeks. This is gonna be some cool shit. I'm excited to see people in person and see whether the energy changes. Um, yeah, this is gonna be funny, but we're gonna have fun. The
Spring
whole
break for us too. Like it just came. Then they delayed our spring. Like now our spring break's gonna be longer for our kids.
oh, dope,
No,
dope,
it's
dope,
not
dope.
dope. They asked me to go back to school.
He said it's not dope.
He said that's not dope. Fuck that.
No. And guess
Let them
what,
go
y'all?
kids back to
Today
school.
is the first day of their spring break. They were
Oh
supposed to go
damn.
tomorrow. They canceled school. They're supposed to go tomorrow. They canceled it.
Damn. He said,
Yeah.
yo, fuck that. Send them kids back, bro.
They don't go back to school until the week of the 7th. And they not saying on the 7th.
Damn. That's different, bro.
Yeah, they
That is
ever
different.
since the school system stuff has been going on for about 2 years. It has been getting worse in my state. Yeah. They have missed so many days out of school, y'all would not believe it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we can't be with that. Any parting and final words from all of y'all beautiful people?
That's all I
We
got.
appreciate y'all bringing your food. Love, love. Congrats, Mr. Williams.
I ain't got no final words, man. All I got to say is to the young folks when Mr. Williams be talking, shut the fuck up. Like, god damn, let that man get his words off. He be done talking if they just let him speak. He don't even be saying but so much. Just let
Right.
that nigga talk.
Let
Because
him finish his thought.
he's not gonna end the statement until you shut the fuck up. You're not. Gotta wait. He got 3 sentences he trying to drop. It take him like 30 minutes. Not because he just taking his time. No, because he gotta pause the statement just to argue with these motherfuckers, man. He can't even get the word out. Shit.
I love it. Hey,
Bino
what's up?
Bino been having my back though. I ain't gonna lie. Bino been
hell yeah.
Just listen, but when Bino interacts, and then when we all been like the last few days, it's better. And then we have some good conversations. But sometimes it just takes so much to have.
Constant.
No, they is I think what it is when we in those back channels, it's the fact that they got certain voices that move different than what they used to.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They used to Coca-Cola, but we from North Carolina, we got Pepsi. So they gotta accept a different flavor. That's all that is.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
Hey, Bino, you got any closing words, bro?
Nah, my bad. I had a little emergency I had to take care of and pick somebody up from an accident. But man, appreciate y'all, man. You know I love y'all boys, man. And Mr. Williams, man, glad to meet you. Glad to be conversing with you the past few months, man. And,
yeah, man. Me
congratulations, man. It's never too late. Everybody don't gotta move at the same pace. That's one of my things, man. I never been a nigga who think I gotta move at the same pace as another man. And I never let nobody tell me I gotta move at the same pace once they get there. Because a lot of people like to say, "Oh, you should do this because you got there," but you know what I'm saying? Like my pace ain't yours, my journey is mine.
Right.
And as long as I take it in, listen, remember, and be able to comprehend and store information, I'll be all right. Because I always can go back in my mental Rolodex and see what I got, how I need to move. You feel me? So, but anyway, man, congratulations, man. Nothing but love for you, man. You already know I got nothing but love and respect for you. Love y'all boys, and yeah, man. See y'all again next week. We in Atlanta. I can't wait. You heard?
Make sure y'all pull up, man, and check, 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 check.